Oh boy. Yeah.
Yes.
Alive and slightly more prepared than last time.
Yeah.
Only slightly.
I'm on time.
Hooray.
Bring up the old character sheet. Okay. So, anyone doing anything fun and new?
Uh, let's see. Working on assembling a Blood Bowl team. Managed to get a lot of pieces put in together for an Underworld Deserts team. Which is basically rat folk, goblins, smaller goblins, and tried to decide a bigger guy for that, but uh other than that, I basically gave it a cited the posture up for 170 newsletters as retribution.
Oof.
Today was my mom's birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday to her.
Mm-hmm.
Got her one of her favorite flavored cakes, a red velvet cake, and we just had dinner at home.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, other than that, I've just been trying to balance my work schedule and playing more long stints of Code Vein, where every time I think that I've gotten like closer to the end, I somehow manage to do a 7-hour stream and not finish the game.
Yeah, been there.
I'm not complaining though, mostly just because the story always finds a new way to hook me.
As long as it's not dragging on.
No, it's not. It's a good time. Though I'm also now like making it my goal to be like, please let me find some shirts for these underclothed women. They seem so cold. Especially Io, like she's in rags. Come on, can't we be nice to her? She's basically like our stapled together waifu. But other than that, DeLuna, you want to hop in?
Well, I mean, I'm just basically trying to get good with Sora in Smash Brothers right now. That's the only real thing for me, right? To really talk about. Had another computer build or get sent out. That's probably the only other thing.
Alrighty, well then, Milla, if you're ready with the intro, we can get on going.
Well, I've got a few minutes yet to work on it yet. Probably about 2/3 of it done, so
Okay.
if you guys wish to deal with introductions or continuing another banter, I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Sounds good. So Draco, do you want to share with the stream now that we're live?
Yes. Chat, I've come to the realization that our party consists of a pumpkin boy, a witch, and a guy merged with an eldritch horror from beyond the stars. If Zeno gets vampirism and Elise gets lycanthropy, we could have our party called the Monster Mash. It will be a graveyard smash just in time for Halloween.
Oh.
Well, I cannot confirm or deny the existence of either vampirism or lycanthropy in this setting, but we shall see if you decide to run about on it.
AKA Mill's like, oh, that's a good idea. I might steal that.
As long as you don't don't tell me Strahd is like has a summer home here, I'm fine.
I mean, vampires will have it kind of rough here, because it's a very bright and sunny area. Werewolves will definitely thrive in the forest. I could believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Vampires are going to be a little trickier, but I feel like we can somehow get this to work. And as soon as we see them, I just need Zeno and Elise to run face first into them. No questions asked, just charge.
I'm sorry, I'm still just thinking about Strahd in like a Hawaiian shirt, like khaki shorts, just standing like on the beach with like a wine glass full of blood. This is nice.
Sounds fantastic. You know, he's very stressed. He's got a lot to deal with back in Barovia.
He's got his own private boat. Just the party's just randomly sailing somewhere, and they just pass Strahd's boat, and he just gives them like the finger crossbows.
He's wearing stunner shades, just lounging in a chair. Hey.
At which point I just be like, ignore us, ignore us, ignore us.
No, that's... let's see.
A mist rolls in, and suddenly a castle out of the clear blue sky.
I mean, you say that, but this is Dungeons and Dragons. That's completely possible.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
a extremely viable thing that happened.
Especially since we're in Faerun, which, if I remember right, is where the spell plague happened, where a mountain just appears. That's part of the story. Why did this mountain appear? Where did it come from? Find out. It's not fun.
Spell Plague 2, now with more Strahd.
Oh.
It's just clickbait, this setting.
Yes, exactly.
Also, I'll let you guys in chat know that since we had some people asking about it over the last stream, I am still working to try to get a YouTube channel up and running. Most just because if it hadn't been for that little stream hiccup last stream, I could have just set Twitch to upload VODs to YouTube. But since the first episode got split in half, I need to get some help from some friends and also download editing software, then learn to edit, then put the episode up. So it will be up. It's just going to take some time.
I can help out with that if you need it.
Sure, I will add you to the list of my contacts for Burnout Does Not Know How to Do Things.
There's
Also, like if you actually need like a YouTube channel, like I can offer mine for the meantime as well. Give something for the channel. I haven't uploaded in a year, and
Yeah, I mean, I've got something set up for that already. It's just the matter of getting the upload process going. But I also have a downloader, so that way I don't have to worry about the VODs getting deleted in the time it takes me to learn to do just upkeep.
Yeah. If you need a video editor, I use a OpenShot video editor. It's free, so you can just download it real quick offline.
I do like free things.
Yes, especially in spite of Adobe.
Yeah. Fuck Adobe.
Especially more so nowadays, now that they're going down the path of NFTs.
Yeah, screw them. It's okay, I haven't touched Photoshop in years, and probably never will again.
Closest thing I have is a PDF reader, so now it's just like, okay, I can find something else that can display these.
Dude, just right-click and save to file like everybody else.
I was really bummed. One of my favorite Twitter channels, PunHub, that just supplies me with puns, recently put out that they were trying to help their friend with an NFT thing. I'm like, why do you have to do this to me, PunHub? Where am I going to get my puns now?
No, freaking Bandai. No, not Bandai. Hasbro doing an NFT for the Power Rangers. I'm like, no, we don't want this.
No. Dago agrees.
Actively harms the environment. Stop.
Like, crypto, I can see, like, it kind of makes sense. Heck, I even have some crypto myself, I'm not gonna lie. NFTs, they're like, it's a freaking JPEG. You're buying a domain to a picture that everyone else can get.
I saw a post online. I don't know how much of a joke it was, but someone took their NFT and made it a painting and goes, ha, let's see someone right-click this now.
Proceeds to right-click.
Congratulations, you've discovered art in its original form. You did it. Congrats.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Where's the name I had here? Crap.
I also love that so many people want to ask me exactly what class I'm playing, despite me telling them on Twitter. So I'm just like, okay, I'll keep the mystery going on stream. The secret is I was always cursed.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna try to do anything about the two dogs that are barking outside my door right now because they won't listen to me.
True. They most likely just want to come in and bark at us.
No, they're outdoor. They're outdoor boys.
Mm.
They are not house trained.
Oh, I was gonna say you should invite them in to play a tank for us, but if they're not house trained,
I mean, rarely is the barbarian as well, so it's on brand.
there you go.
All right. I am finished writing the intro, and I am all set.
Okay,
Alright.
then.
Where last we left our expedition, Zeno, the half-elf sorcerer, Enoch, the human warlock, Elise, the elven ranger, Dan, the half-elf witch, and Wick, the squashling cleric. The party was summoned to a merchant wizard named Sindra Sylvain, who has been plagued with the Death Curse, a terrifying phenomenon where the raised from the dead decay, and the dead cannot be raised again. The device apparently responsible for this, the Soulmonger, is supposedly located somewhere in the jungles of Chult, a land of tropics, dinosaurs, and a bright, vibrant culture. The expedition had a chance encounter with a man charged with undermining the sales process via black market. The trade prince, Kuayothe, offering his safety in exchange for the life of another man, Shago, who operates as a guide out of Fort Beluarian to the northeast. After fighting Captain Orname Swift and Dark of the Brazen Pegasus, the party ponders their options. Where will they go? Let's find out. So, we last left off on the docks of the harbor around the Brazen Pegasus. So, the question to the party is, how do you plan to proceed from here?
Well, I know we've got
Real,
like. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick. Zeno's gonna be like, by any chance, is there like a mailing system anywhere near here? I need to essentially go tell my friends I'm alive.
Hmm.
That's probably a smart idea, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Captain Orname, is currently nearby you as you're pondering this. Well, we do have posts that tends to make its way out from here to Baldur's Gate. I am not exactly sure how much that would cost, but you could probably ask the harbor master. He might be able to give you a rough idea.
Thank you very much. I'll try that as soon as I.
All right. Well.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Vaughn. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say, well, we've got a day until we can sail out, so we might as well do that and maybe try to. I know we were still kind of debating what to do, so maybe we try looking at this at another few angles while we find a postman.
Okay. Orname will point you kind of in the direction of the harbor master. It's basically towards the. Where is it on here? Nyanzar, I need your map once again. Hey, da, da, da. Maps and keys and whatnot. Harbor Master. He points off in basically further down, closer to the outlet of the bay, or basically close to the outlet of the island, where. Actually, let me see if I can just go to the map on here. Of course, I need to go to that map. I should have been here in the first place. Whoa, zoom out. Alright. While we're doing that, let's get some music back up in here.
Music.
So jaunty.
Yeah, she points down over that direction. There's the harbor master's office right down there.
Well, at least it's not very far.
You can probably get that squared away really quickly.
Indeed.
Alright, so
Alright.
I guess we head down there.
All right, you make your way on down to the harbor master's office, and let me just see. All right. As you make your way down to the office, let me just see. Let me just. I'm just grabbing some dice here while I roll that up real quick. There we go. Drop the dice. Damn it.
There goes the dice.
Honestly, I think you should add a dice counter for this.
There we go. Let's get that dice counter ready.
The very thing I need to get there. Anyway, as you make your way to the office, you see there's another bulletin board that is currently situated right outside the front. Similar to what you saw outside the Thundering Lizard and Kendra's House of Repose. It's a board that also has the various guides that were posted there. And as you knock on the door, a random human just kind of answers the door, and yes, can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking to send a letter to my friends over in Samaran.
Oh, okay. Let me just check one moment. As he just kind of looks around. Sindar! What? Can you help me? I'm not sure what to ask. Oh, very well, I'm coming. And you hear a shuffle from inside the door, and outside the door pops. Oh, does he have information on here? Let me see if I can find him. Oh yeah, you see this individual. Currently in your handouts.
Oh, snap.
Cool.
You see a draconic-looking figure adorned with golden scales and long, refined whiskers, silvery horns on the side of his head. He carries a very fine set of robes with white, adorned in white, and blue sashes with gold trim and green tassels on his front sash. And he also walks with a staff that has golden adornments and a green crystal ball on the top of it. Yes, hello, how may I help you?
Yes, I'm currently, by some magical means, ended up over here, and I need to send a letter to my friends over in Longboat Academy over in Sunaran, let them know I'm alive.
Oh, well, let me just see here. He grabs a ledger, kind of at his side, and he just kind of goes through it. Let's see, I can get here. Postage rates. Yes. Yes. Well, let's see. To get from here to Baldur's Gate. That's gonna be quite a bit. That'll be about 5 gold pieces to process that mail over there. I'd probably figure a few more silvers. So probably with the shipping and processing for this, it'll be about 6 gold pieces.
I shall do it. Thank you very much.
Excellent. If you wish to give me payment for it, I'll be sure to pass it along to those that need it. he just kind of begins to walk around the lot of you. A very curious lot of you, I must admit. You
An
look.
expedition.
Oh, an expedition into the jungle, are you?
Yes.
Oh, well, you do certainly seem to be a rather capable lot. I wonder. Above game as an exclamation mark pops over his head.
I was gonna say Dan rolls his eyes immediately upon hearing the I wonder.
Oh no. Enoch eyes immediately widen in his head. You just hear, "Oh no."
Well, as it would have it, the waters around Chult have been prone to pirate attacks as of late.
Oh, that's not good.
It seems that there seems to be a group of 3 pirate ships that are supposedly responsible for this. They're called the Dragon Fang, the Emerald Eye, and the Sturge. Where they seem to be harbored up, I'm not quite sure, but if your group was to possibly dispose of these pirates, I am willing to offer a 2,000 gold bounty for each ship that you bring, and then an additional 500 gold pieces for each captain.
Okay.
Enoch's eyes just get wider at first hearing the phrase 2,000 and then more gold just in general. He's constantly just hearing magnitudes of wealth he's never thought about.
There's no time limit on this, just whenever we could possibly get around to that, right?
Well, of course. Although ideally the sooner the better, but I can understand if it takes some time to ascertain as to where these pirates might be hiding.
We were
Understandable.
We were planning to take a ferry out to the fort. If perhaps they may be docked over there, we have heard rumors that the captain of the fort may be dealing in some interesting ordeals over there.
Oh, well, Fort Beluarian's actually still within the Bay of Chult. Although, just be careful if you do make your way outside of the bay. There is a dragon turtle that does like to, ask for payment whenever ships enter and leave the harbor. Just so you're aware.
Ooh. Like turtles.
Very good to note that, yes.
And most of the captains that frequently make their way in and out of the bay are certainly aware of its presence. But oftentimes, visitors here are, said to be startled by the creature, but as long as you pay your entrance, it should give you no troubles.
Good to know.
I imagine it wants, is there like a very specific toll, certain amount of gold, or just fancy items?
Well, it tends to vary by ship, and it seems to be more dependent on the mood of the creature.
Wonderful. Good to know.
We'll be sure to let you know if we encounter any of these pirates.
A very fine name, and pray tell, what are your names, so I may remember?
Oh,
I'm Wick.
I'm Enoch.
Zeno, nice to meet you.
Glynden Ilworth, at your service.
At least Redwood, and she'll extend a hand.
Oh, Zendar will he'll nod and say, and thank you. I am Zendar, the harbor master of Nyanzaru. As he extends his claw and gives you a very firm handshake.
She'll return the favor.
If you excuse me, I need to go ahead and make some rounds. Oh, Charles, yes, Zindar? Please double check the papers to the office, make sure they're filed properly. Yes, sir, at once. As you were, fellows, good day. As, Zindar begins to make his way down the harbor.
Real quick, Zeno's gonna get a piece of paper. Like, alright, guys, I'm okay. I somehow ended up at the other side of the continent. Don't know where, I don't know how exactly I'll get back home, but I promise you I'll be back. And has handed to him, like, please make sure this gets sent.
And as Zindar has kind of walked away, his assistant, who's right there, is like, "Oh, I can take care of this myself as well." And he offers to take it and the payment from you.
Yep, hand him the six gold.
All right. Yep, and he makes his way back into the office and closes the door.
I was like, I figured that's a thing that he would do in this situation, because he's like, I don't know where, like, I barely knew where I was. I barely let them know I'm alive.
All right. Well, with that order of business out of the way, now what do you guys want to do?
As they walk out of the harbor master store, I think Dan's gonna like slap himself in the head and go, "Oh my god, I just realized we could probably just do the execution run instead of having to kill this person. If we want to do that, we're a capable group of adventurers. We could probably handle that, right?"
Can you
Xenoc.
let us do it?
That's a fair question, actually.
Yeah, Enoch. Oh, sorry.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, Enoch, like, his eyes again widen, and he just looks at Dan, and you just hear him as he, like, brings his metal hand to his metal part of his head. Just smacks his head. Why didn't we think of that sooner?
I have no idea. We could go see if we can contact Kawate, I believe that was her name, and see if she'd be willing to let us do the run instead of killing Shuddy.
True. I mean, I'm sure if we stand around outside that building long enough, they'll let us in just because we seem to attract a crowd. He just gestures to the weirdness of us all.
Fair point.
I'm
Yes,
normal.
certainly a eclectic group of people, aren't we?
Yes, you are, Wick. You are very normal, but the rest of us, and he just points to his face, don't see much of this.
Just gives him a slow, very blank blink.
Okay.
You'll understand in time.
Okay, so I guess we'll head to the Market Prince area.
All right. You're gonna make your way back to Golden Hall.
Sounds good.
I believe that was
Yep.
it. All right. Yep, you make your way back, and as you're going to sit around and wait, you ask a couple of the guards, and they bid you to wait in the atrium again.
No.
Have patience, my friend. Have patience.
If you've ever seen the videos of a toddlers throwing a temper tantrum with just their face in the ground and their butt in the air, that's Wick.
I think Dan's gonna approach Wick and pick up a random stick on the ground and say, "Wick, if you like, you could play fetch with Yuki. She really loves to do it, and it'd be fun at least."
Fetch? Did she say fetch? You hear in your mind, "Oh, I love they fetch. Yes, yes, yes." And Wick, you'll see Yuki just kind of saunter up and just.
Wick just kind of blinks and then looks at the stick, and slowly takes it. Go! And he throws it.
And then Yuki runs over. Let's see how well she does. Oh yeah, with unabated swiftness and speed, she darts over and swiftly grabs the stick, and in one motion bounds around and happily darts back to you and drops a stick in front of your feet. That was
This
fun.
is a-
That was fun here in your head. Yeah.
This will adequately keep Wicket entertained.
All right. So you play fetch for a little longer, and then you hear another set of doors opening, and you look up and you see Coyote being summoned and brought up towards the pulpit. Oh, it's you again. What business do you wish to bring before me this time?
So, a thought occurred to us. Instead of killing Shadi, we could just do the. Could we do the execution run for Omala? Or would that be out of the question?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Fuck, why am I the one doing this?
You
Can I give a
It's the one who spoke. It's on me.
can I give advantage to this? Because that would help. Like, I think we'd all be like, yes. Can we just do this, please?
Sure, have it with advantage.
Oh!
6.
The 6 with advantage.
Mm.
Womp womp.
I thought I'd make myself perfectly clear as to the terms of this agreement. It is... No man in their right mind would try to take another man's place in the executioner's run. The offer still stands firm, though I do stress the no questions asked.
I can kind of see why, considering you didn't tell us that an entire mercenary company was taking up station inside the fort. Enoch just kind of like points out.
If you have any... She kind of goes and gives you a side stink eye. I believe our business is done here.
I mean, I don't really want to, like, do something like this, but I should point out, what if we just go to the fort and tell them that one of the trade princes wants us to kill a man inside a fort guarded by an entire military company? I think that they might take offense to that.
Make a charisma check for me.
Okay. It's my highest stat, so what could possibly go wrong?
Why didn't I let you do negotiation?
Roll
Because-
20 could go wrong.
Yes.
Mm.
And that's an 8.
That
Maybe
20
she-
on the other side, though.
She doesn't appear to respond to that as she picks herself up and her contingent begins to leave outside the hall.
Oh well.
That didn't go well, did it?
It was worth a shot, at least.
I have a feeling some of us are going to get shot.
Most
You do
likely.
bring up a good point, though. We should, like, if we were to let them know, they might be able to help us out.
We'll have
I
that.
mean, we're,
But then our friend would die.
There's
There's-
one more possibility, I think. Citra Sylvie is staying with one of the trade princes, isn't she? So, theoretically, we could see if maybe they'd be willing to help us out of this situation.
I mean, it's worth it before we go try to infiltrate a armed fort. So yeah, I guess we'd go. I remember she said she was staying at a specific inn.
Roll an intelligence check for me, anybody.
All right.
I'm good at that in theory.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll have everyone do that.
That's why I said in theory.
19.
I got 16.
All right. Everyone except for Dan. You remember specifically that she was staying with Trade Prince Wanganga Otamu. That was the name of the trade prince that she was going to be staying with.
All right. So I guess
So-
we would then just go up to the receptionist. Yeah, things didn't go so well for us with that one. Can we see Mr. Otamu?
Oh, of course. I shall send word, and once they're able to confirm, then you will be granted a summons.
Sounds great.
Out of character, I like how she said we shouldn't talk to this about anyone, but we're just gonna talk to everyone about this.
Hey, I mean, what's she gonna do to us? Like, we were just the bystanders that got dragged into this.
Yeah,
She's also like one of the heads of the government, so she could do several things to us most likely.
Also, she could still kill our friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working for that not to happen. We're just checking out different avenues.
we're weighing our options.
Are you sure? She seems very not nice. I feel like this could backfire.
Maybe, but I'd rather not kill anybody. I don't think I can. I think everyone in the party can agree with that.
Didn't they say they were mercenaries? Isn't that illegal?
I mean,
Enoch was about to say something, then he thought, wait a second, what is the difference between a mercenary and a bandit anyway?
yeah, that's the same thing that actually came to my mind. It's like, Zeno would be like, huh. I mean, technically, like, mercenaries are just guns for hire.
Yeah, I think the main difference is a bandit takes for themselves, a mercenary gets hired for jobs. Theoretically, that job doesn't have to involve killing people or stealing things. They're just basically hired military, I think.
Mercenaries get tax write-offs.
Oh.
I mean, for all we know, this person she wants us to kill is a great person.
Maybe we shouldn't, keep advertising that. I mean, we're looking to to not have to do the thing that we're avoiding talking about. He's says kind of like just looking around the room.
Is
Well,
there
I
anybody
didn't
in the
men-
room?
The courtyard's currently empty, so no,
Okay.
it's just all of you.
I mean, I didn't say the individual by name. I just said the person. Could be anyone.
Okay, I guess so. I guess you're right.
All right, so I guess we'll wait around until we get the summons for Otomu.
All right. This time, as a little bit of time passes, the receptionist that you haven't met comes back, and they are flanked by a contingent of 4 guards, and the receptionist walks forward to all of you and says, Trade Prince Wakango Otamu has bidded you to come to his personal villa in order to meet with him. Anyone who is friends of Sindra Sylvain is a friend of mine. Please. He bids you to accept his invitation.
Sounds good.
By your lead, then.
Okay.
Alright, just setting some things up here. Let's see, lights. Hold on a sec. Just hiding some areas here. Actually, Fog, before, why are you doing this to me? Man, of all the prep work for all the areas, I wasn't counting on you to go to the Trade Prince's villa right away.
To be fair, this is the life of a DM. I thought
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Alright, well. Go ahead and drag yourselves. Hold on a sec. Let's see.
Jesus, this place is huge.
Yeah, I
yes.
noticed that.
So fancy.
Yeah, as you make your way up towards this villa.
Alright, just gotta find
let
where
me
it's...
see.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, this is a very open area looking mansion. It's
Oops.
like I said, it's very very large. Uh, as you make your way up, let's see what uh, you are basically ushered into a set of doors here, and you see two guards that are currently flanking the door. And as you are ushered into this room, one of the guards just starts you and says, "Wait here," and he goes to exit through the door. Where are you? What God? Yeah, let's see.
Oop. Okay, there we go.
Where am I? I don't see myself.
Where am I?
Yeah, I'm only seeing black.
Oh, that's right, fog. How dare I?
I'm seeing the map just fine.
Same.
Yeah, I see it as well, but
Hold on, reset fog. Two completely hidden from players. All right. Reveal areas. Here we go. How about this? Not sure if that's doing anything, but take it.
yeah, like I said, I can just see the whole map. So
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Fair enough. Eventually, there is a. You see. Crap. Pop up. Quit blocking the notification. You see this gentleman. An older looking Chult male, whose head is adorned in a turban, with pierced gold rings in his ears, and he has 3 braids that are adorned with various twine and gold bands, as well as lots of gold and blue jewelry and pendants. And as you're looking around, all the sconces that are currently in this villa are lit with various color-changing flames, oddly enough.
Ooh.
And's marveling at the multicolored flames.
Same. Like when Enoch looks at them, he subconsciously kind of focuses his eyes, and then you just see like a blue visor come across his eyes, and detect magic basically goes off.
Right. Yep. As this man makes his way forward, welcome, friends. It is so very nice to meet you. I am Trade Prince Wakango Tamu. I am a beloved friend of Silja Sylvain. I ask you wish to see me. Pray tell what about?
So funny story. We kind of got mixed up with another trade prince and got involved in some business that we'd like to try to find a simpler solution to.
Well, as much as... Well, please, come in. As he kind of bids you all inside. You're brought into this area-looking foyer. There's a square pool that's currently in the middle of it.
Cool.
start splashing in it.
Oh, just a second, as I have to double check to make sure what that is. Oh, if you wish, there is a washroom that's off in. Oh, hold on a second. Make sure this is right.
It's somewhere. It's over in a location.
Looks like it's this one up at the top, maybe. Or a sauna, I have no idea.
Well, if you do wish to partake, I actually do have saunas that are in here as well.
That's okay, this'll do.
Oh, Well, it is in my best interest not to. I did not realize your party had a chewinga in your presence. I am honored, humble spirit. Please make yourself at home.
Why does everybody call me a chihuahua?
Oh, are you not a chewinga? But
No,
you
I'm a
look.
halfling.
Make another deception check.
Keep up the lie. Keep up the lie.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 20.
Ow.
Yep, he definitely failed the insight check as he looks you over. Oh, my apologies. It's just that normally chewingas are magical forest spirits that are roughly about your size, if not maybe definitely smaller, now that I think about it. It is a great blessing to have a chewinga in your presence because they are rather fickle spirits, and to gain their favor is to bestow upon yourself a great boon of luck.
A blessing.
And he he pauses for a little bit and just kind of puts like his finger to his quote unquote mouth.
Okay.
Oh, come, please, this way. As he leads you through this entryway into this open balcony that has it's basically like an open atrium that's right here. So there's a pair of stairways that wind upwards to a second story, and as he leads you over to this door over here. Please come in. I shall summon for some servants to give you refreshments.
Ah, neat.
Appreciate it.
All right. As you're.
I don't have a player, so I've said like right.
All right.
Yeah, I'll probably sit next to Wick.
All right. After a few minutes of making yourselves comfortable, Wakanga returns and he has a servant with them. You know, represented by that gladiator token. Don't mind him. And he begins to offer you some fruits and some goblets of a drink you recognize, some tea.
You said Tang for a second there. I actually started laughing.
Tang.
It's the drink
you
of
know.
the future.
The classic Chulton drink, Tang.
So, you wish to discuss on matters with the trade princes? Well, it is true that the trade princes hold all of the power within Yanzaru. Since each trade prince is responsible for various facets of commerce, specific goods and services. If you were to cross one of them, then dare say you would have the full might of them across from you.
Well, I wouldn't say we crossed them specifically. The best
It was
way I can
more-
put this is
It was more unfortunate happenstance that we were asked by this gentleman who we didn't know was tried of something that, frankly, I don't really understand. But his options were either to go on the murderer's trial, or to have us act as his liaison and form a hit, as it were.
So we were wondering if maybe we could possibly do his run in his place instead of this job. But need to find her name again. Kuathe wasn't exactly receptive to that idea.
Coyote, you say?
Yeah.
As he begins to stroke his beard. Coyote. she's rather fickle when it comes to her affairs. As I'm just trying to double check some stuff. Interesting if she's the one in charge. If she is allegedly the one who is reaching out to you. Normally, Jessamine, one of the other trade princes, is responsible for assassin permits, as it were. But Koyothe has to deal with fruit and dyes and.
To be fair, she did say we weren't supposed to tell anyone what the job was, which we have not done yet.
We have not revealed the target nor their location, so we're just saying this is a job that she requires us to do.
And then we'd
Or
rather
are-
not.
Other clients that, yes, we would rather not, because we barely know this individual.
We barely know anything, really.
Accurate.
Yes, very.
The fact that she has not obtained a written writ or a sanction for this assassination is rather pertain. Normally, she would just go to Jessamine and offer to do it in that regard. I am rather curious as why she would circumvent this. This is rather concerning. And whether or not you can partake in the executioner's run, that's definitely something else. Normally, some trade princes may be swayed in order to have others run in their stead. Legends tell of certain men who have repeatedly partaken in crimes just to run the executioner's run again and again. All in their perceived notions of pertaining fame and glory. As he just kind of sits there for a moment and keeps stroking his beard.
If I may be so bold,
Yes.
what exactly does this executioner's run entail? What is the nature of it?
Well, the executioner's run is a gauntlet of sorts. A pit in the ground where contestants or criminals, in a sense, attempt to win their freedom by navigating through this run, this gauntlet, oftentimes filled with animals, dinosaurs, maybe sometimes other criminals in an attempt to escape their freedom. And if they make their way to the other side and climb out of the pit, then they have won their freedom. And if they die, well, that serves as their sentence.
So just an overglorified fight pit.
Yes, in a sense.
Fight pit or a trial by combat, as it were.
Trial by combat and an obstacle course, as it were. It would be probably the best way to describe it, yes.
In your opinion, which do you think would be easier for us with the limited knowledge you have right now? The run, or to just go through with this assassination?
Well,
Unfortunately, I believe my hands would be tied in this situation. It is not that often that the trade princes are at odds with each other, let alone at war. Who knows what would happen if one of our own princes were to die. If they not have successors, then a war might result, in which case a new successor might be named, but as he just begins to stroke his head, this is grave concerning news.
Yeah, I have one question. Are any of the trade princes currently not in town?
Well, all of the trade princes are here, yes.
Okay, good. I don't know all the trade princes' names, so I want to make sure that we weren't, about to start a coup or something.
I see. Well, if you want to know more about the various trade princes, I may be able to enlighten you. Well, you have myself. I typically deal with magic and lore. I also, as he just kind of looks around, being a close friend of Syndra, let's say I have a good business understanding with her. We often tend to buy and sell magic items from each other. You have Akene Alpha. She tends to deal with weapons, traveling gear, traveling equipment, transportation. You also have Ifan Talaroa, who deals with beasts and beast training. You have Jessamine, who deals with plants, poison, and assassinations. You have Jobal, who deals with guides and sellswords. And you have Kuayote, who deals with fruit, wine, ale, tej, oil, perfumes, insect repellents. And finally, you have Xanthi, who deals with the gems and clothing and armor. But those are the 7 trade princes who currently reside here in Port Ganzaru. 6 including myself.
I gotta wonder how often the assassins get used.
Well, Jessamine would be the prince who would probably be most likely to fill you in on that. She's the only one who can issue these writs when it comes to assassinations.
Sounds to me like she might be someone we need to talk to.
I don't know how wise that is. If we do that, we're probably stepping out of the, for lack of a better term, contract we have with Kuathe. Like, at this point, we haven't revealed anything really to anyone. If we bring this up, then we might start stepping on toes, as it were.
How close are the 7 of you in terms of how much you speak about your businesses to each other?
It is not that often we tend to divulge our business, but we know when to respect the boundaries and what goods we tend to deal with. But that is the extent of it. What specifically they tend to do with their business is, well, none of our concern.
Let's say if we do have to talk to her, we be as ambiguous as possible. Just say somebody give us a job and we wanted her opinion or her expertise on that.
We should also maybe
yes.
point out that we did not know we needed a license to do this, because we're basically quasi breaking the law just agreeing to this. I'd rather not have the person who's in charge of the assassins mad at us that we did work without their permission.
If I may, we only have a verbal agreement. Would you say that's binding here? So, technically, unless I'm mistaken, we're really not inclined to do anything at this point.
Oftentimes, a lot of merchants tend to agree with verbal bindings. They sometimes are as potent as written laws. Assassinations tend to be the only exception for that.
That could easily be turned on us. She could say that she never spoke to us at all.
Yes, and our word to hers, I'm sure that a trade prince would be well above a ragtag group of adventurers.
Also, I think because we're forgetting, the whole reason we're doing this is because we don't want some person who randomly came up to us begging us not to let him be murdered, get murdered in what seems to be public blood sport.
Yeah, no, that's true. A life hangs in the balance. Well, two, technically.
Well, we probably got, like, looks at the sun, 12 hours to figure this out.
It's still raining at this point. It's just kind of let off a little bit. But, though I must commend you for as gentle as you are to step around this and petrally. I wonder though, as he forgive me one moment. Could you go to my room and find that journal for me? Yes. Yes, Prince. And the servant begins to leave out. And since I wonder, since you are going into the jungle, I have something that may be of use to you. And after a couple of minutes, the servant returns and let's see. Dan, the servant walks over to you and presents a book. A very old-looking book at that. That's a leather-bound journal, it would seem.
Ooh. Dan's gonna take the journal and start flipping through it carefully. Since it's an old journal, he doesn't want to damage anything.
It's a lot of as you're looking at this journal, Wakanga just kind of goes, this was a journal of a wizard that who apparently lost his life as he was traversing the various dangers of the jungles of Chult. And as you kind of look over at one of the pages, make an intelligence check for me.
I most certainly will. At this point, as soon as he heard it's a wizard's journal, he starts basically vibrating. Just flat intelligence, he said?
Yep.
Ah!
8.
Roll 20!
Some of the pages are a little sticky. It's kind of, and some of the pages are faded as you're trying to, some of the writing is a little not exactly the best to read at certain points. But you get to a page. It shows this weird, a device of some sort. It's an amulet that it looks like it has a purple gem that's on it. And as you stumble upon that page, Wakanga turns to you and says, the owner of that journal apparently at one point had what was called a shield guardian.
Interesting.
And as he kind of saunters up and he looks at the page that you're currently on. Ah, yes. That is a picture of the control amulet for it.
Any idea where the amulet in question might be?
Well, as you go over to that, I'm just gonna drag you over to the player's map real quick. Oh. Yes. It was quite a few days down the river Shoshenstar. As he kind of points on the map, right here. And actually, for something for you guys. this on the token layer. There. He kind of looks at your map and he makes that X right there.
All right. It's definitely a point of interest. Would you mind if I kept this journal to look through it a bit more, or no?
Well, I suppose I could let you hold on to it. It may help you identify the control amulet for that shield guardian. And if you are able to retrieve the shield guardian and the amulet for me, I may be able to offer one of my spell books as a reward for it.
Dan lights up, has stars in his eyes. That's a deal.
Oh, excellent. Oh, with that beside, because a shield guardian like that would fetch a very hefty sum of money, especially if it were still working. So, I've had some time to ponder and think about the predicament you currently find yourselves in. I'm not sure how I feel about the life of one man in regard to another, but I'm not sure if I could point you in one direction or another. Although I do believe that discretion is the better part of valor in this case.
Would there be a way to help him escape? The man in prison?
If there is some way you may persuade Quayothe to run in your stead, interference within an executioner's run is generally frowned upon. You may find yourselves beset by various people who may be gambling on that as well.
Dang.
That being said, if you were to interfere and assure the man's life, that would be one thing. However, like I said, you may be subject to the various guards and gamblers who currently often bet on the executioner's run.
Putting that.
Are there rules that of what you can bring or use?
Well, sometimes combatants are often given a weapon as a means to defend themselves, and if they go across the executioner's run and climb to safety, they're innocent. And if they die, they're dead.
People die when they are killed.
That is indeed true.
That is correct, yes.
Just Enoch giving a sagely nod.
Well, Kaga just kind of gives a head tilt, and you see a confused smirk come up.
Now, two thoughts occur to me. First, I have a question about the actual reason we're here. Investigating the death curse. We got some information. Maybe you could help us, since you probably know a bit more about, the surroundings. We heard about some mountain areas and some black obelisks. Do you got any idea where that might be, just to give us a heading?
Well, there are several mountains that are scattered about Omu. You have, as he kind of looks around the map, you have the Mistcliff Mountains that are along the northwestern coast. You have the Kobold Mountains over here. You have the Peaks of Flame that are towards the southern and central part of the area. And then you have the Sky Lizard Mountains and the Sangrak Mountains to the southeast.
Yes, the Sunrise Mountains. That's where actually I'm from.
Really?
Let's just say, Your Majesty, like I ended up here literally yesterday.
Very curious, though, how you wound up that far in here.
Technically,
Frankly,
farther.
we were adventuring right outside of, sorry. We were adventuring, me and some of my friends, right outside of Summerage, and I somehow cast a spell and ended up over here. I don't know how or why, but
Fascinating. Well, that is rather strange. I hope at one point you may return to your friends.
hopefully,
seems like-
yes.
It seems like you have a perfectly capable lot with you as well.
So far, it seems that way, yes.
Now, back to the other thing I have. What was that thing you were calling Wick again? A chihuahua?
Oh, the Chewinga.
Yeah, you
And
said...
I'll type it out in chat so that you can type it out.
Thank you.
Actually, again, could we have a notes section in here?
Oh, sure.
That's why I said we could handle that after the session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I typed it out in chat. That's how it's spelled. CH'Winga.
Yeah, you said that they were like spirits that people pay attention to, right?
Yes.
What would be the odds if a Chewinga said that we should do the murder run instead of our friend? Would people, like, listen to that?
Well, the fascinating thing about Chewingas, which I should have realized this, and my apologies for assuming that you were one earlier, my little friend, but
It's okay.
Chewingas don't typically tend to talk. They tend to be like little friendly, childlike spirits, as it were. They may be curious, they may be whimsical, but yes, to earn the favor of a Chewinga is to bestow upon you the potential for a great blessing.
Thinks about it all the time he spent with Wick. Okay, yeah, I can see where the confusion would lie.
A common mistake. It is alright.
I do have a question, just complete shot in the dark. Does the name Peggy Deadbells mean anything to you?
I can't believe it. It does, my friend. I mean, I can't say it does, my friend.
Oh. Well, worth a shot.
Alright, well... we at least now know if we're gonna end up talking to someone important, what they're important about.
Any information is better in this day and age.
Indeed. Well, unless there's anything else I can do for you friends, I believe you said you wanted to partake in the sauna, yes? As he looks out to you, Wick.
He blinks a little bit and tilts his head.
I do not know what a sauna is.
Well, this is one of my very lavish luxuries here. Chultans tend to pride themselves on being very clean and healthy. One of the ways that they can do that are the various public bathhouses, or private and public bathhouses, especially at the Temple of Sune. They have a public bathhouse there. And they also, like, in often the case in some of the villas, they have a private sauna in which guests may be able to sweat away some of the toxins in their body.
Okay.
Alright. So, he is just gonna flash back over to the Merchant Princess Villa here. Yep. Wakanga, kind of nods to the servant. Please, see our guests to the sauna. And he nods and kind of bids you to... Oh, come on. Map. There we are. I need to be on the right layer. Avi, excuse me, I must have some other business to attend to. Please stay in the sauna as long as you like. And when you wish to leave, let my guards know so that they may escort you.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, and he bids you all adieu. So the servant will look to all of you and say, please follow me this way. As he gets to the right from the doorway. He goes and opens the door here. Yes, here's our bath area. And he just kind of points over. There are various smaller pools that are over here and here. There are various storage rooms you may be able to store your clothes. And through this door here, and he points over to here. And as he opens the door, this massive gout of steam begins pouring out of the room. This is our sauna.
Ooh.
Wick just goes in, clothes, armor, and all.
I most often people, okay, just knock on the door or, he points over to the wall, and you see there's a bell kind of hanging on the wall. Just ring the bell if you wish to summon me. And he very flustered by this, begins to exit the room.
Okie dokie.
Dan's gonna go to where the lockers are and turn around and just wait for a little bit. He feels awkward undressing around everyone.
Enoch has no compunctions, especially since he's already mostly like, he doesn't have a lot of clothes, so he just like, okay, puts it in there, grabs a towel, and like, he's never been in a sauna, so he just walks in. You notice like he's got his metal hand, his metal leg, and a few bits of metal along like his waist that seem to like kind of be reinforcing his hips, and just kind of walks in the towel. Woo! It's how's the forge in here?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Wick, you're not having a fun time being fully decked out in armor in the sauna. And Enoch, to an extent, like, where your metallic bits are, up against your flesh, you can feel that they're getting particularly hot.
Ow.
But not to the point where it would actually cause you damage or anything. It gets a little uncomfortable, but...
Yeah. You okay there, little buddy?
Is this really supposed to be nice?
I don't know.
I feel if you took off your armor, it'd be a little bit better for you. It actually is quite nice here, actually.
Just see slight shifty eyes.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, I think I've had enough. Enoch says he starts to like hear sizzling of the like sweat on his metal. It's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go wash up in one of them pools.
All
I
right.
like pools. I might go to the pool.
Okay.
All right.
Whee!
And Enoch, you just go and just give like a nice little gentle splash in. The water is definitely a lot cooler than it was in the sauna, and it seems like it's just about the right temperature. Not too cold and not too hot.
Perfect.
And Dan, you are currently in the room in the sauna as well.
Yeah.
I'm in the sauna. I don't have player tokens, that's why.
Yep. Elise, what do you want to do?
She's just kind of walking in, towel, across both top and bottom, and, given that she's, from the jungle, it's probably not too terribly hot for her in here.
Yeah.
Probably more comfortable for her than most of the other guys, and she's just gonna kind of sit cross-legged just on the floor for a little while until it gets too hot enough for her that she'll walk over and she'll just sit down in one of the pools.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to sit in you and Dan are able to sit in the sauna for about, we'll say about 15, 20 minutes. And at that point, you feel like, oh, yeah, this is getting to be very hot before I strain myself. And yeah, if you want to, you can leave out the sauna and enter into the cooling baths.
Dan was staring at the floor while Elise was in there, blushing slightly, not wanting to look at anything.
Zeno does the same thing. Or he leaves and he just gets in the pool. Oh, this is actually really nice.
This is much better than the hot room.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
During this...
He very much still has all of his clothes on, too.
Yep. As you're making your way out, Dan, Yuki just kind of goes to walk up to you, and she's just content with, sitting by your side as you're cooling off in the bath. It's too hot. It's too wet. I don't like it here, she says in your head.
Of course you don't. You're covered in fur. And I know your thing with wet paws. He's saying all this in his head. No need to... Actually, he's alone with all of them. He can just talk to her in his normal voice. She can speak too, so they could just talk normally at this point.
At this point, you hear Yuki say, but I'm running around and just... you know how it is when it comes to getting wet. And she just kind of looks up and just kind of raises a paw. Yeah, as she's currently saying it in common.
Your puppy talks.
Yeah, Enoch just turns his head, cocks. It's like, the dog talks.
Yes, I could talk. Always have been able to talk, though I don't really do much outside of Dan. And I guess since you're his friend, then that means I can talk with you.
Generally,
Yay.
a talking dog raises questions that we'd rather not field, but we're traveling together and it's fine. Plus, I enjoy watching people's reactions when they learn she can talk for the first time.
By the way, thanks for throwing that stick earlier. I really enjoyed it. As Yuki walks up to you, Wick.
Oh, you're welcome. It was fun.
Yeah, we should do more of that later sometime.
Yeah, totally.
All right. As she just makes her way back over to Dan and just kind of goes and lays down right next to the, well, not too close to the pool, just in case you decide to get out. All right. So some time passes with your baths. I assume eventually you'll all get dressed, and if you wish, you are escorted out of the villa.
Wick will leave a very long and very wet trail behind him.
Yep, wet clothes, wet armor,
Those
Wet.
poor servants.
wet pumpkin.
Wet pumpkin.
Enoch feels like he's gonna say something, but he's just like, he has no means to, like, dry up anything, so he's just gonna kind of, like, whistle and just hope nobody notices as he walks past Wick. Just, nope.
I get the feeling Wick is, like, leaving a very, like, peculiar scent behind as well, considering they've pretty much been steamed.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
got a weird kind of wobble after he had a weird wobble after the steam.
Oh, I forgot the Tommy Pickles walk.
Yep.
You're let out, and Wakanga just kind of looks over to you and says, "Oh, you're leaving a mess all over my floors. Try not to get that on the rugs. Some of them may take offense to that." As he just begins to walk up behind you, Wick, and starts casting prestidigitation on the floor to clean up the...
Your carpets
Dan will
get
help
offended?
out. He feels slightly guilty.
I'll admit that some of my rugs are rugs of ensnaring, and they're meant primarily as a defense. As long as I'm around, it should be okay, but note that some of them may not like be getting wet.
Oh, don't worry. Hydration is good for you. Hail hydrate.
Yes. Yes, especially when you're in the jungles of Chult, water is very important. As he just kind of walks around, he'll point to this and says, "Oh, watch out for that rug there."
He looks down at it. Maybe looks at it a little bit too long.
Yeah, the second he mentions that the rugs could come alive, Enoch kind of like starts inching around them, scared because he doesn't know what a living rug would do.
Wakaga kind of chuckles at that. He's like, not many people are foolish enough to incur the wrath of a rug of smothering, but there have been a few choice people. Some would-be thugs or bandits who wish to rob me blind or obtain glory or take my place. Well, I should have none of that. Hopefully not in my lifetime.
Duly
We
noted.
hope not. That would be illegal.
Alright. As you're all let out, Wakanga humbly bows and bids you all adieu. And as you are led outside the front doors, the guards that are currently behind it, shut the doors, and the guard contingent leads you away from the villa.
So what do we do now?
I guess our only real option is just go through with the job. Or we could tell the targets what's going on and maybe they can help us out of this situation if they're a good enough person.
Well,
Sure, we can see if they're evil, and if they're not evil, then we can maybe be friends.
I mean, true. Now, though, there is something I would like to point out. Can we be very careful about who we talk to? Because it feels like right now I could pick up a rock and throw it at somebody, and that person would want us to do a job for them. Because it's been, it's
Agreed,
been
yes.
it's been a day, and we already have like 4 jobs. So I'm just trying to manage all this, okay?
Don't
Yeah.
worry, it's good to help people.
We might need to
Okay.
start getting a ledger.
Yeah, above game. Let's go down the list. Kill a man for another man. Deal with a soulmonger, which is the main quest. Deal with pirates. And find a shield guardian.
This is fine.
And that list is only gonna get bigger.
I mean,
Yes,
I can tell
but
you-
and only 2 of those, like, we're like, okay, we can do that. That's no problem.
at least those 2 we elected into instead of just having it fall onto our laps.
Yep.
Alright, well. Is there anything else anyone needs to do? Because it's getting late, I'm at least assuming.
Yeah, it's early to mid-afternoon by this point.
And it's still
Or probably
raining,
late
right?
afternoon. So, yeah, do you guys want to do some more shopping? Do you want to, see if there's anything else for
Personally,
information
don't-
you wish to gather?
I personally don't need anything.
I mean, the only thing I could think of that Dan would theoretically want to do is maybe ask around about Peggy Deadbells, but he's not very optimistic that anyone knows anything at this point.
Okay. All right, Dan, how long do you want to go about asking around?
I don't know, maybe a couple hours?
So 2 hours, okay? Let's see. I have to double check real quick on the section for gathering information.
I guess while he's asking around the people, the public in general, he'll ask specifically for the name Peggy Deadbells and also hags in general.
Okay. As you're going around kind of asking a bunch of different people, they tend to not know about the name Peggy Deadbells in general, but during the course of this investigation, I want you to give me 2 insight checks.
Okay. Please roll well. Well, there we go.
4 on the first one, and a 20. Okay. Well, go ahead and roll a percentile for me.
Oh, okay.
Two. Okay, as you're kind of asking around, around the Red Bazaar, just trying to ask for information from some of the various stalls, you're just kind of looking around, you're asking various people about Peggy Dead Bells, that's not coming to mind. You do hear another conversation, however, going on between a group of, as you kind of look at them, it looks like they're maybe like textile workers. You look at their hands, they're stained with like various colors of like blues and blacks and a couple of like browns, you know, like some of the dyes got mixed up. One of them just kind of looks at you. The follow the places where we need to get the various fruits and dyes. It's not too often you go to over by the Laughing Gorge. Oh yeah, the Laughing Gorge, huh? I've heard that there are both bird folk that inhabit the monastery that on the plateau not that far from there. Apparently, they're holding the last royal heir of Chult as their prisoner. And that
Exclamation mark.
sticks out to you.
Well, that's an interesting bit of information. I'll share that with the rest of the party when I meet up with them. It's not a
Alright.
quest. We didn't accept to do anything. It's just information to give out.
Yep.
We should save them.
I love that. Dan brings up, hey, there's an interesting thing going on over here. Wick, quest.
No,
Let's
please
do it.
don't. Definitely don't have to do everything we hear about. Or else we'll never.
But I am a knight, and that is what knights do. They save people. Huzzah!
Enoch just like bends down, picks up a stray like pebble, and throws it at Dan. Just goes, "Hey, look! I picked up a rock and threw it at someone who gave us another job."
Hey, I didn't give a job. I was merely portraying information that may or may not have resulted in a job. It was just an interesting bit of gossip I heard.
Yes, but let's just keep it at that for now, please.
I
Right.
wish I could sleep. Today's been a day.
Alright. So while Dan was going to do that, what was everyone else wanting to do?
Enoch could probably like go around just see about getting like field rations because I don't think we picked up any yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
definitely do the same.
Alright. 5 silver for... I believe it's basically... hold on. Prices again. God, I left my PHB in the other book. Let's see. Adventure Gear 5e. Let's look at those prices. Basically for Adventure Gear rations. There you are. 5 silver pieces for 1 day's worth of rations, so 1 gold will get you 2 rations.
Alright, then I'll at least pay for 10 days of rations, so that would be...
5 gold.
Okay, 5 gold. Thank you.
Alright.
Xenos is gonna do the smart thing and be like, I'm gonna look for a clothing store to buy like some more adventuring clothes, so that he's not wearing a giant jacket and like a full piece suit in the middle of a jungle.
Alright. Yeah, you look around. There is a merchant that's offering various traveling clothes. You know, it's like very light, waterproof. He'll offer you that for 2 gold pieces.
All right, he's gonna pay that, and then also also go get the rations because that's a smart idea.
All right. So, how many rations were you gonna pick up then?
It's how much gold per day or whatever?
1 gold for 2 rations. So 5 silver per ration.
Is gonna get. Go ahead and get 5 rations, or five gold worth of rations.
All right. So you have 10 rations.
Just so I can be at 40 gold.
How
All
much
right.
would 10 gold get me? 20 days of rations, I think?
Yes.
Okay. I think Dan's gonna do that. Just to be safe.
All right. All right. Any other bits of shopping? Any other perusing everyone else wants to do?
Wick's not gonna shop, but at some point he's going to just find a lonely little patch of dirt, or soil more specifically. He's gonna make sure that nobody is around, and if he is in fact alone, he will take off his clothes to, dry them. And sure enough, he is his little pumpkin boy. And he's gonna just curl his little vines up into just a little pumpkin, and he's going to feed. He's going to get his nutrition from the sun and the soil.
Ah, I see. Roll a survival check for me just to see if you can find the spot.
My survival. Actually, no, my survival's good. 11.
11? Yeah, there's one back alley, like, right over here where it's got some dirt on it. You can sneak around there and right next to this watchtower here.
Dun 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 dun. Yep, he just kind of tries to sneak around
All right.
as much as his little armored self can sneak.
All right. Well, give me a stealth check.
Oh boy. I don't think I have disadvantage, right?
No, you.
Yeah, if you take it off, then I will allow it to go straight roll.
He has medium armor, I think, so I don't think I have disadvantage. Okay.
Where is it? The stealth. Where's stealth? There's stealth. Whole lot of 0. 5.
Oh, I do have heavy armor. Never mind. Yeah, it's still a 5 anyway.
Yep. Well. Well, let's just see how bad.
I'm imagining Crunk. Remember his new group, but it's Wick.
Although, unlike Crunk, this one actually passes as no one else apparently shows up or hears Wick sneak around. And yeah, you do manage to sneak in and gain your nutrition.
As far as anybody knows, there's just a random pumpkin there.
A random gourd.
How long does that take? Because I'm pretty sure eventually, like, me and Zeno will be like, wait a second, where's Wick? Oh no.
Yeah. Oh shit. We better find him before he gets another quest for us.
Over the course of 1 minute is when he would have to go into pumpkin form.
Okay, so plenty of time to sneak in, feed, get dressed, and then meet up with the rest of the party.
Yeah, the food thing takes about an hour.
Okay. Yeah, plenty of time to do that, and yeah, by this time everybody meets up and Dan relays the information with the birds in the monastery. Or the bird folk in the monastery.
Well, we'll keep that in mind, but we also have no idea where the hell that is.
I just thought it was something interesting.
It's something, all right. Okay.
Save the royalty.
Somehow has a journal.
All right. I assume you return to the House of Repose and are able to make your arrest?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. And the next day comes without an incident. And let's see what the weather's like today. It is sunny as you all wake up, and yeah, you feel as you wake up early enough as dawn begins to rise, breaking the tree line out to the east. And
All
it
right.
just comes just over the bay and the walls.
Let's get to this job then.
Onward.
Yeah.
All right. You all make your way back to the harbor where the Brazen Pegasus is currently docked. And you are all ushered aboard as I forget the first mate's name already. He begins to bark out orders, and the gangplank is lifted away as the ship makes its way out into the harbor and the bay. So, go ahead, swap over to the map here.
I guess while the ship is taking out, I'd like to talk to everyone about our story to get into the fort. I do remember them saying that they'd want people to get like a permit or something from them to explore the South Jungle. We could just say that's what we're doing, trying to get their permission. He does the air quotes to go into the jungle proper to explore.
Well, it's not so much their permission as them saying that they will not try to actively stab us if they find us there.
Accurate, fair.
All right.
I'm always saying this because I remember certain parties, not naming names, looks at Elise, was concerned about ownership rights of the jungle. So, you know, it's less that they own it, it's more that they'll just attack us.
That's why I did the air quotes thing. Because they don't own rights to the jungle, but they believe they do.
Dan, I like you, but if the last 2 days have taught me anything, is that subtlety is not our friend.
No, we're not a very subtle bunch, are we?
No.
Unfortunately not, no.
All right. As you're going to begin to sail your way around the port here. No need for checks because... Oh, hold on a sec. Why is that doing that? Do not transform on me. As you begin to sail around this little inlet here into the bay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically, they're just adhering to the coastline just to make sure, you know, so that they're close enough. And about this point, Chaco, go ahead and roll a percentile for me.
Oh boy. $95.
95. Okay. As you're sailing around this this part of the bay right here, there's a small archipelago that's, you know, a bunch of smaller islands that are just off the coast, and it's weird as you're looking at this patch as you're kind of going all past it. There's like one mass of flowers that's there that has 3 different colors for the various flowers that are on it. There are white, orange, and red petals that are currently on that flower as you're sailing past it.
Can I make a nature check to see, figure out what that might be?
I was gonna ask
Sure.
the same thing.
I'll say you being a Chult a little longer, I'll allow you advantage on this, Elise. Dan, I'll allow you to make a nature check as well.
All right.
19.
Well, not very knowledgeable in Chultish plants, I guess.
Yeah. Dan, you're not particularly familiar with some of the fauna here. Elise, you've had some encounters with this plant. This is called a triflower frond. They are very vicious plants that they seem inconspicuous enough, but they have been known to move around with vines and basically sneak in and basically like drug or basically release a bunch of pollen or spores. And they have been known to basically kill humanoids and creatures and basically absorb their nutrition.
I'm gonna make my way to the captain or whoever's driving the ship and inform them of this.
Ah. Oh, triflower frond. Huh. Well, as long as we keep our distance from it, it shouldn't harm us any good. Thankfully, we're on the boat, in the water, and it is on land, so... thankfully, you can stay away far from it. Aside from that, do you do anything else?
Nah, just kind of keep just kind of keep watch around, make sure there isn't any pirates or anything like that trying to come aboard or whatnot.
All right. Roll a perception check for me.
Can I do that as well, by the way?
Sure. And actually,
Yeah,
I just
10.
realized the music is not looping, so let's change that.
Dan's just relaxing, watching the boat move forward. He's never been on a boat before.
13 for me.
13. Yeah, neither of you notice anything else on the water as far as, other wildlife or any other signs of ships or anything like that. So it's just you and just smooth sailing on the smooth waves around here.
Wick's got his little feet dangling off the edge, and he has the stick from before, and he's pretending to be fishing with it.
Aww. Oh, that's adorable. Alright, so, a few hours later after that, you manage to make your way over towards here. And you'll see at this point, the cruise kind of is certainly busy, and as they raise the mast, they begin to slow down and sail, coming around the port side, as there's this dock that's, relatively decently built, as it begins to get within a certain point. The first mate gives the order to drop anchor, and they drop anchor and set relatively close to port. And at this point, the crew begins to move the gangplanks onto the docks, and the hold is opened up, and the crew begins to usher the horses out of the hold and onto the dock and onto the land.
Bye bye, horsies.
I think this is where we get off too, Wick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, horsies.
I don't suppose you'll be needing the ride back to the Anzaru, will you? As Onorme just looks onto all of you.
That depends.
That would...
When's your next time coming back?
Well, it might be a while, but if you were gonna pay us for another trip back, otherwise, yeah, it might take you about a day or two maybe to get back to here. Otherwise, we could stay here and wait for you if you want to pay for a ferry back.
Okay.
And at this point, as you're kind of discussing all of this, coming out of the path that's kind of along the woods, you see a contingent of armed individuals, sporting pikes and shields, and you also see they have a bunch of small bipedal lizards that are currently at their flanks. And all of them have various embroidery of a fist that is covered in fire.
Are these the guys?
I would think so. Either that or a very coincidental dress code.
Okay. Hi, I'm Wick.
Well, one of them just kind of goes and makes his way towards you. Well met. Ah, Captain, I trust these are horses you have set for us? Yes. Right on schedule. Ah, excellent. Uh, the Captain will be more than happy to see that we have recovered the horses. Honestly, we've been kind of short of them as of late. You, as he kind of motions to all of you. What business do you have?
We would like to speak with your leader about potentially being allowed to explore the jungle. We have an expedition we have to do, and we figured we'd stop by and make sure we got all the permissions we need.
Ah, yes. Well, that is true. Anybody who wishes to explore the jungles needs to obtain a charter of expedition. Captain Liara here at the fort will be more than happy to help you out in such an endeavor.
Sounds
Excellent.
good.
All right. As a couple more of the men kind of go and start to saddle up the horses and they begin to mount them. And as you, after they're all saddled and tacked up, they begin to march. And let's see, how long is that going to take? It'll basically take you the rest of the day as the sun begins to set. As you make your way to here, as I pause this. Let's see.
Milla, while you're getting that set up, how about we take a break? Because we've been going for nearly 2 hours.
Ah, of course. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break while I get map and stuff set up.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause I was waiting for that because I need some water.
And I need to use the bathroom, so chat, how you doing? I will be right back.
I went to the bathroom before stream. I can chill with the chat for a little bit.
Well, I just want to ask, because I was still seeing black on the previous map. I don't know what you're doing with the fog of war and stuff as far as that is concerned.
Yeah, I'm still. It's kind of weird how this is all set up on here. It's like,
I mean, I saw everything just fine, and so did Caitlin, so I don't know why you're not getting anything.
I may have some extensions installed,
Ah, interference.
possibly.
Hey, Zako. I have done one of those things. I will do the other after stream. But hey, guys. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Otherwise, this has been fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it'll come up organically in the game, but I have Charm Person. So if shit gets bad, I can charm someone and they'll be cool for an hour.
Ah, yes.
Let's just hope that I don't have to cast spells.
I would hope so when it comes to Fort Beluarian, but I'll be right back as I also have to go.
I also didn't plan for it, but I also believe in having your characters just evolve naturally. And already, Enoch has evolved my dad friend energy. Just like, okay, has everyone actually thought this out? No? Oh. And that's the majority, but okay, we're doing this now.
So far, Dan is developing the way I wanted to. Socially awkward, hates being around a lot of people, loves magic. Just the socially awkward friend. Hi, I'm here.
Also, not sure if DeLuna realized it, but he just paid to have his letter go round mail. Because it turns out they could just take it to the lower part of the continent. Unless Baldur's Gate's on this continent. My Fey rune is pretty weak.
I don't think Baldur's Gate is on this particular continent.
I don't think so either, but a lot of it is blacked out, so I'm not gonna assume.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought Chult was its own place, but again, I'm not exactly well versed in Faerun's geography myself.
Yeah, the closest to actual setting stuff I've done is my friend has do the long marches in Pathfinder, most just because we couldn't keep a steady group. So it's just like, okay, anyone who wants to come over for Pathfinder, we're just gonna play a random adventure for the long marches. And I was like, that's fine.
Mhm.
And I even recycled the same voice I used for every character in that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back, and I came back with chocolate because I forgot I bought a chocolate bar earlier today.
Same.
Huh.
Not about the chocolate, but I'm back.
Nice.
Back.
Then I think once Mill gets back, we're all good.
All right. But yeah, as I go ahead and bring you guys over here, if we're all good to start.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Ooh. He's big.
Dang.
Very, very big. As I need to go ahead and read some flavors here. Let's see. Go on the right page here. Ah, here we are. The flag of Baldur's Gate flies over this wooden stockade. The whole structure sits atop a 10-foot hillock, the sides of which are shaded vertically to make them steep and difficult to climb. The fort's main gate faces west. On the east side of the stockade, a tall keep holds a commanding view of the surrounding wilderness. As the contingent makes its way forward, the gates at the end of the fort are currently closed. As they kind of come forward, a couple of the guards yell, "Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!" As they do open the set of gates that are currently situated right here. As you guys can... Oh.
I was gonna ask, should we pop our tokens on, or?
Well, if you want. Otherwise, we could just kind of keep it there just as a frame of reference.
All right.
As the horses are being led in, yeah, you see this entry point here. There's a couple of guardhouses that are kind of situated off to one side. Basically, this entry point, along with a couple of towers. The sergeant that was currently with you says, if you wish to come to speak with the captain, I can take you to her personally.
Yes, please.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. And as you're being led through here, you see that there's a garden that's kind of off in one corner over here. There's a couple of different stalls and the forge that are currently operating here with, various bustlings that are going on. Let's see. As you...
Also, I hate to ask this, but how do I pop a token?
You basically
click
just
and drag off the...
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you have a token for me? Because I still don't have mine.
I believe I have one for you, so yeah, you should be able to just click and drag.
Yeah, if you go into your character notes thing, you just drag your name onto the map.
Ah, okay.
And it'll just pop your token wherever you drop the name.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Friends.
All right. And as you're led through, you see the horses are brought down this lane over here as you are heading to basically this little courtyard over here in front of the giant tower, or the giant station, as it were. The horses are led off to the right as they make their way around. And the small bipedal or the large bipedal lizards are also led that way as well.
Bye-bye, crocodiles.
Wait, come on, you to make a nature check for me.
Okay.
See you a while, crocodile.
Nature, believe it or not, is not the greatest. 13.
13. You see them, you would recognize them as Deinonychuses. Basically, larger, basically, you know, what a true like a raptor from Jurassic Park would be. You know, they're basically small to medium-sized creatures.
You can just say D&D Velociraptors. That actually sounds even cooler than what you described.
Yeah,
Now-
D&D Velociraptors.
Are they feathered or are they a dinosaur's lies velociraptor?
Dinosaurs lies Velociraptor.
Okay.
So, that is far too big of a word for Wick, so he's just gonna stick with crocodile.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Well, Jurassic
You
Park
say
is basically
that.
Jurassic Park's basically a story about a necromancer, so we're not far off.
Yeah, no, this is pretty accurate.
Life, it does find a way.
And you could say, since they're going to the stables, that they're parking the dinosaurs.
Also, let's be real. That movie is silently one of the best horror movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
It is. Alright. As you're led through, the set of double doors is currently open. And you see there's a kind of a training courtyard set up here. There's various, practice dummies that are set up. Various weapon racks with practice weapons are along the walls. And you see there's a few men that are currently, you know, practicing on them. Shooting for target practice. And as he makes his way through, you are led into this area here, where, hold on a sec, you see, currently talking to separate people.
Hmm.
Da-da-da. Alright, you see this woman. And
Oh, no,
next to her,
it's middle-aged Commander Shepard.
you also see this gentleman right
Oh,
next to him.
looks so happy.
He looks like a humanized version of one of the hyenas from Lion King.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, kind
Kinda
of.
does.
He looks like the one that Cheese Marine played.
I don't know whether to be assured or concerned by this man's smile.
As you're walking up on these two, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Everyone? Or
Yes, everyone.
Alright, perception.
14.
can Yuki also do a perception check?
Sure. Let's see, I believe you can go ahead and give her a perception.
Yep.
9. Let's see, we've got 14,
That-
12, 14, 14, 19.
With that natural 20 on the other side.
So close.
I feel like I have to point that out every single time because it's like, yes, more 20's just messing with me.
As you're making your way up, another one well done, Chago. You hear the woman talk to him, and she says, "Yes, Commander. A shame we did lose a few men in that last expedition, but for as often as we make our way through there, I'm just glad that we're able to fight them back as much as we can. Very well, Shago. You're dismissed. And you see the gentleman just kind of go and give a fine salute. And he makes his way past you, and she turns around and sees you. Guests, I was not expecting anybody. As the sergeant basically makes his way over. May I present to you Commander Liara Portier, head of Fort Beluarian and commander of this regiment of the Flaming Fist.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm Nick.
Sergeant. A pleasure to meet your acquaintance. So, what brings you to my fort, everyone?
We'd like a rite of passage to get into the jungle. We're on an expedition, you see, and we wanted to get all our I's and T's dotted and crossed, if you will.
A fine.
Yes, do nothing without proper documentation, of course.
Excellent. Yes. Writ of a charter of expedition. Yes. Charter of expedition gives you free reign to explore the lands of Chult as see fit. Be aware that upon taking the writ of passage, if any patrols are happen on you, you are subject to a 50% tax of any treasure you have happened upon in the jungles.
Oh.
What?
Technically, these lands are ours, and anything that with it is ours. If you're given a right of exploration, that is all we ask in return.
I think that's
And
more
this
than
is proof
fair,
of that.
yeah.
So, the chart's going to cost you 50 gold pieces, and then I should be able to write it up for you.
Okay. Well, how do we want to split
Is that
that,
per
folks?
person or is that for total?
Oh, no, it's just for one group. Is that going to be a problem?
Can
No.
we pull that together?
True.
Well,
Should be 10 from each of us.
I have 10 gold.
I have 10.
I have 10.
Yep, me as well.
Well, if that's going to be an issue for you, I may have another proposal.
No, I
As
think
the
we have
love
the money.
without an exclamation point pops over her head.
I was like, no, we have the money, we have the money.
And
Thank
the
you.
list only keeps getting
We
bigger.
do have the money, we just had to pool it together.
Do you need help with something?
No, wait,
Elise
no.
immediately covers Wick's mouth.
Well, since your little friend happened to ask, hear me out. I've had problems with something leaving very massive tracks in the jungle around here, and my men and I can't seem to figure out what that is.
Elise's eyes widen.
If by chance you're able to figure out what that is and agree to look into this matter for me, I'd be able to provide you with a charter free of charge in exchange.
Well,
I think we go ahead and pay the money, right? Right, everyone?
Yes,
He looks like-
we do.
Looks like, please God, no.
Elise holds out her hand. Now hear me out. I did come to these lands to hunt whatever game I could find, and this seems like quite the challenge. If we could... I'm not saying we don't have to pay the man, but if we so happen to pay the man and then find this thing on our adventures and kill it, we could potentially get the refund and be considered to have this expedition for free. Consider it a safety deposit.
Would that be something you'd be willing to do? He asked, Zero asked the person we're talking to.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, no matter how long it takes, I mean, it's not like there's a time frame or anything to do it, but you know, as long as you agree to go attempt to find it for me, like I said, free charter.
Okay. That sounds fair. So, could you point us to where these tracks might be?
Oh, my men have. They found them towards the south, to the south and to the east of here in the jungle mostly, but they seem to have been kind of scattered all about, to be honest. But basically, between the river Shoshensar and the river Sindar. Or the river Tiryuki.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Pulls out our map. Perhaps you can mark it for us.
Interesting. I didn't realize that many people had maps. Yeah, as above game, as begin to pull you over to here. See, we're currently right here at Fort Beluarian. Basically, between the south and to the east, between the river Tiryuki and the river Olung. So basically, within this area over here. You best be careful, though. There's been quite a bit of undead presence down there.
That's why we're here. Sort of. I think. Maybe.
We're looking into the death curse and possibly stopping it.
Ah, I see. Well, some of my men are superstitious, Law, and tend not to believe such things, but I don't know. I've never had the opportunity to raise any of my men, so that seems to be out of my possibility.
Fair enough. So, we put down payment, I guess, on the writ.
Yep.
All right, so you are gonna pay her for the charter then?
We'll do the safety deposit thing.
We were asking if we could put the money down now, but if we find it more about the creature, could we get a refund? Basically.
Yeah, that was basically what I was saying.
Okay, roll a persuasion check for me then.
Which one of us?
I'll say one of you if you want to aid with advantage.
I'll aid.
I have a 3 in persuasion.
I have a 0.
I have a -1.
I have a 5, so
Yeah, go ahead.
We should do it.
At least make the check then. Where's that?
Okay.
that was me. All right, ready and go. 17.
17. She thinks about it. Well, I see. Well, yeah, if you want to do it that way, I suppose we can. Sure, I'll take the deposit. And I'll be sure to get started on that charter for you.
Well,
Thank
game,
you.
if nothing else, we don't have to do this now. We paid the money. Let's just go.
But before we do leave, if I may, one last, I suppose, favor. We've been asked to look into the pirate situation out in the bay. You wouldn't happen to know where they may be, where some of the ships may happen to be docked?
Pirates, huh? Well, I can't say I've seen any around here. Normally they tend to figure themselves out in the waters around Chult, but haven't seen any pirates around here.
She did mention a few ships that have at least been docked within the bay, from what she told us, so she didn't know any exact locations.
Well, your guess is probably as good as mine as where they might be.
I also had couple of questions. You've been around the jungles a bit. Have you heard anything about any hags in the area? Does the name Peggy Dead Bells mean anything to you? I gotta do my due diligence here.
Wish I could help, but I can't say I know the name.
Fuck. Well, appreciate your help.
Alright. At this point, Leara will turn to you and she'll say, well, it is getting kind of late. I suppose you don't want to be out in the jungle when it gets, very dangerous. You're welcome to stay in the fort. If you need to stock out supplies, you can ask a couple of the vendors we have around here. And I bet you could probably set out in the morning then.
Sounds good.
Much appreciated. Yes.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if any of your soldiers are magic users, but we may potentially be in the market for potions if you sell them.
Well, I have to double check. I might see if maybe a couple of them may have something, but just double check right here. Yeah, maybe double check with a couple of stalls. They might have some basic adventuring stuff, maybe.
Above game might be good to stock up on a couple of healing potions per player.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
said
the
last
farm.
time, I can make them. I would just need the time and the supplies. I don't have the gold right now to be crafting items, unfortunately. But like I could look in the woods for maybe some ingredients at some point, and maybe I could make some to shore up the numbers a bit. Part of my witch class, I can actively make potions for cheaper than what they cost normally, and in I think it's a quarter of the time. But that still requires the time and effort to actually make them.
Yep, and until then, we should probably still get some.
Yeah.
Alright. So, if you're go out into the stalls and look, there is a person selling healing potions there. He charges 62 gold pieces per potion.
Yes.
That's...
I don't think we got that.
No, we don't.
Nah.
Mm-mm. Probably not even together.
We
I mean,
barely
I got-
scraped by for the fucking charter.
I got
do-
32 gold, but that's about it.
Do not worry.
Yeah.
I have healing magic. I will keep you safe.
That is good
That's
to
probably
know.
the best thing we're gonna know.
Yeah.
I also have healing magic, but it's probably a lot more limited than Wick.
Well, you two will just have to hold our health on your shoulders, I guess.
It's better than what I can do.
Yep. Also, just to kind of bring it in a little bit, just to make sure people can hear me. But yes. Let's see here. Actually, no, my mic's the way. Beans. There you go. Slightly less in the way. Let's see here. Let's see what I want to do this.
Oh, and we also have our other job here. I believe the individual we were looking for left recently. We'll have to look for him around here somewhere.
At this point, you hear in your mind as Yuki just kind of looks up to you and she says, "Wait, they said that lady said his name was Shago, right?"
Then we'll reply telekinetically. Yes, Shago was his name.
Wasn't that guy that was talking to the commander also named Shago?
Yes, I think he's our mark.
Yeah, that's him.
Want to go looking for him for us?
Oh, sure. I gotta go find him. Yeah, I'll be right back. And Yuki begins to kind of make her way around the camp.
She's adorable. She knows her default plan. Act adorable if they act suspicious. Default with adorableness. It's foolproof.
Mm-hmm.
Should she just be running off like that?
Oh, she's going to scout for our target.
Wow.
Wait,
And
Down with that.
Question, are you having this
Who's gonna
conversation-
listen?
That's what I was about to say.
I was gonna
That's-
say, question,
that's-
are you having this conversation right next to Liara?
well, I wouldn't be shouting about it. I figured we were like sequestered off in a corner somewhere since I mentioned our other job.
Yeah, that's why. That's why you hear Xena. Your voices down from that. Don't want anyone to hear you.
I'm gonna go get something to eat. Anyone else want to follow me? That sounds like a good plan. There a place to eat around
Yeah.
here?
If nothing else, let's just go to our room and just eat and just burn off a ration.
Yeah. Liara did extend you the barracks to sleep in if you needed a place to rest.
All right, yeah. We'll head there.
And actually, at this point, as you make your way over to the barracks, which is where on here again? Port. There you are. Barracks. Yes. Actually, right on the other side of the tent. And as you make your way over that way, Yuki just you hear in your head is like, I found him. He's over here.
All right. Are we alone?
All right. Let's see. There's let me see here. If it's getting closer to the evening, it's actually pretty barren in here. Actually, there are yeah, there's somebody here, but Shawa, let me go ahead and grab his token real quick. Let's see. Question to ask: how are you approaching him? Are you trying to, be?
Well, before we decide anything, Xena's gonna get everyone together. All right. So here's what I'm thinking that might not, well, that we can get the job done and it will not put anything on us. Does anybody have any like poisons or something, or like curses or anything like that that might do something?
I have
They can't.
charm person, which would get him to believe we're friends for a little bit and maybe move him to a better location outside the gates. But that's also kind of suspicious.
Thinking more along the lines of making it look like an accident. We have to do this, which unfortunately we do. We gotta not make it where it's obvious that it was us that did it.
Milla, above game, did let me double check their name. I believe it's Wakofe.
Quayote? Yeah.
Yeah, Quayofe. They said they want any kind of proof that we had to bring back.
Yeah, they did specify that, yeah, you did have to bring back proof. What that proof was, she wasn't real specific about it.
So I'm just gonna point out that to the group, guys. We would most likely, if we did this, have to bring back part of him. Now, how would we walk out of here with a part of a guy and not get questioned about it?
Oh, didn't we want to see if he was a bad guy first?
That too.
Right. I have a flawless test for that. I'm going to send Yuki over. She's going to be cute. And if he pets her, he's a good person. If he doesn't, or acts mean to her, he's a bad person.
You,
Is everyone
You know what?
cool
No,
with
I
that?
can't actually. I actually can't think of anything wrong with that plan.
A flawless plan.
you just hear
Yuki, the tester of friendship. As Yuki will kind of look up to you with a very determined look, and she says, "Yes, I will do this. I am off."
Look, like as he hears that, look, man, have you ever seen anybody that's been a dog look for a bad person in your life? Because I haven't.
I used to hang out with goblins. Goblins would eat dogs, and they were all fairly good people. So, just throwing it out there.
I mean, they also kept. I don't know much about goblins, but don't they keep like some sort of canine animal as well?
I don't know. I never saw one around the caves.
Fair.
Oh, this is nice. This is actually, you hear you hear Yuki in your mind, Dan, as it says, he scratches behind my ears. Oh, this feels good. Yes.
All right, he seems like a good person then.
If I may, before we do go in there, I would have an alternative suggestion. If we can determine that he's inherently good, perhaps, well, maybe not directly mentioning our job, but at least mention to him that someone may be after him, and maybe we can try to convince him that maybe if he were to let us have something of his that is maybe valuable to him, that we could give as proof of his demise. We would try to return it, obviously.
Hey, that sounds like a good plan.
That's
But
a
if-
better plan.
But if he is not a good person, I feel like that we would just get the runaround and he would hide in the jungle and we would never find him again.
Which also somewhat works for us, though, if you think about it. Because if we can't find them, that means that the trade prince won't find them.
I'm not the most democratic person. That should be more your guys' specialty. It is, after all, just an option.
Well, we're solving nothing by talking about it. We're going to have to walk up and speak with Shago eventually.
Or we could talk to people and ask about this Shago fella. I mean, we could try to just see about getting supplies. We were only told about the cost of healing potions. We could still, just ask, hey, what about this Shago guy?
Well,
Wouldn't
that
that be
seems.
Wouldn't
Oh.
that be suspicious? If we do end up killing him, I feel like that would be one of those, hey, those weird people were totally asking about our boss. And now he's dead.
Yeah, I agree. The more we
Yes.
ask around about Shago specifically, the more it draws suspicion onto us.
The more we waste time, the more we're suspicious.
True.
Oh, this feels so good now. Oh, he's rubbing my belly. Oh, this feels nice. Oh, yes. You hear Yuki go off in your head again.
All right. Here's my last thing. Just gonna say, again, just troubleshooting. Let's wait until after we get the writ. Because if we have to run out of here, we're gonna want that.
No, yeah, that's absolutely fair. We do need that writ. We could get the writ, do whatever we're going to do, and go.
Yeah, let's find out about getting the writ, and then, plus we get another nice warm bed. Anyone opposed to a warm bed?
I like
Mm.
bed.
No, that sounds fine.
Okay.
I have no objections to this either.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. Okay. Let's all just head into the barracks, I guess.
All right. As you make your way into the barracks where Yuki's currently at, you see this gentleman currently over their belly and giving her very lovely scritches on the belly. He's like, oh, hello there. As, in your journals, you now have this. Hello, who might you be?
I am Wick.
Oh, hello. I am Shago. An independent guy that works out of Fort Beluarian.
Ah, pleasure to meet you.
I see you've met my dog there. She seems to like you quite a bit.
Oh, yes. Can't see too many dogs around here. Typically, I've dealt more with the dinosaurs that we usually use for our patrols, but... So... Did you, need some of my help as a guide? And just...
Go ahead.
And he just kind of goes to rail on. Ask any member of the Flaming Fist. I'm the best there is. Pay no heed to the guides that put you on Zaru. They are soft and weak. I'll get you to wherever you need to go. Firefinger, Curse of Bottle, the Peaks of Flame, it doesn't matter. Chult is full of wonders, and Shago knows the way. I'm not afraid of dinosaurs, bugs, or hard work. I can paddle a canoe, start a fire, forage, whatever you need. The jungle is overrun with ghouls and zombies, but I have a strong arm and the heart of a Tyrannosaurus. Together, we will conquer this land. 5 gold pieces a day and a 30-day advance. For that, you get the best guide. For that, you get the mighty Shago.
Sadly, we don't have the funds to hire you right now.
I do.
We're just starting out in these lands. We've
Wick,
got a lot
you want to
of,
repeat that? Wick is like, you do?
I will gently remind you that Wick doesn't know how to count.
Yeah.
He holds up his bag of... Sorry. He holds up his bag of coins.
How much do you have in there?
I don't know.
Okay, Wick, we will count out your coins in a minute. Thank you, Mr. Shago. We will keep that in mind. Right now, we're first having to get that writ of expedition sorted out.
Oh, yes. I remember seeing you right after I was talking with the commander. Yes, it shouldn't take too long, thankfully. She'll be sure to give it to you before you leave tomorrow. Assuming that's your plan anyway. I'm not sure.
Now we do need to go figure out the death curse.
Yes, this death curse. I'd have to deal with it every time I tend to go through the various paths down here. I've been on several different patrols with the members of the Flaming Feast. We've had to fight back the undead several times, but they just keep coming. All I want is for them to be gone and off this land and return it to its rightful glory.
Well,
But they remain as a scourge upon the land.
Can I insight him real quick?
Yeah, I was gonna think about doing that too.
Sure. Yeah, anybody who wants to roll an insight.
I'm just more so just kind of looking to see if there's like he knows more about it than he's letting on, kind of deal.
I was inciting to see if he was being genuine or if he's just playing this up right now.
Nope.
Okay. Let's see.
I got nothing. I got 4.
Yeah.
I also got
Might not go
focused.
through. Gosh darn it. Insight. Insight.
This man is telling the truth, and we need to.
Well,
We need to
you
be
rolled a
good-
14
yeah.
there, Wick, so I'll let that fly.
Oh, did I? Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just didn't show up for you, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeno, Elise, you're not... I mean, he seems confident and happy, but you can't get a good read on him. Dan, Enoch, and Wick, you get the sense that his heart seems like it's in the right place when it comes to, trying to deal with any of the undead. He wants to take care of it, but he can only do so much.
Fair enough. Though you might be able to help us even if you can't guide someone who knows the land like you. We got a bit of a clue to where to start looking, but we ain't even got an idea of anywhere where that could be on Chult.
Yes, well, like I said, I've been to Firefinger, I've been to Kirsabal, I've been to the Peaks of Flame Mountains on the south side of Chult.
Okay, well, around any of those mountains, did you happen to see any kind of black obelisks?
Not that I've seen, I'm afraid. I've been up to the Peaks of Flame, but I haven't really ventured any further south than that. But I know a lot of the other places that are nearby.
Your commander.
Like I
didn't-
said, there's Firefinger, there's Kirsabal. Those are the places I've been to the most. Or
Your
more
commander-
familiar with the most.
Your commander did mention something about a beast of sorts making tracks to the southeast of here. Do you have any additional, perhaps, knowledge of that situation?
Well, I know that the tracks were large. Very large. I've seen them myself. It's definitely not like they were made by a dinosaur, I would say. It's something else made them.
All right, I have another question. Have you heard anything about any hags in the areas you've been around, Chult? Have you possibly heard the name Peggy Deadbells?
Let's see. He strokes his chin for a little bit. And he thinks, I'm sorry, I can't say I've heard of any Pegs or any Peggies.
It's fine. No one has.
Oh, cheer up, friend. I'm sure you'll be able to find them someday.
It's the hope.
Oh no, I like him.
Shargo just kind of looks out at you and chuckles. I'm gonna say, a lot of people seem to like me. Especially around here with the Flaming Fist.
Yeah, but how long you been out here? Seems like a good job.
Oh, I've been out here for about 5 months.
When was the last time you were in the city proper?
Oh, about 5-6 months ago.
This is going to sound strange, but I mean, you seem like a very likable guy. Do you have any enemies?
Enemies? Who would be an enemy of Shargo?
Yeah,
Not that I say I know, friend.
Enoch's gonna feign like a, why would you ask that? Face at like Dan. Which should be that hard to fake considering like our group in general.
Dan is not good with people.
It's almost
So,
like
okay.
Enoch is leveraging that information about his group, just hoping that people would consider someone asking, why are you like this? Enoch's just like, I'm sorry, I don't know why he would ask that. It's kind of like the thing with the hags and the Peggy. He's asked that about everybody. He's like that.
Of course,
I'm not good with talking to people. I grew up in a forest.
I mean, I grew up in a cave and I do okay.
I grew
But
up in a garden. By a garden.
Well, if you think about it, Chult is full of caves and gardens and flowers and forests.
Well, we'll probably be right at home then.
Well, is there anything else I could do for you, friends?
Not that I think of, no.
Well, if you're looking for a place to stay, most of the guards tend to hang hammocks up in the various watchtowers just to keep watch. Plus, it's a little cooler up there.
That is good to know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll probably most just stick to a good chair.
All right, and let's see. Question:
Yes.
Who put bug repellent on for the day?
Not I.
I would have, because I believe I bought a.
Yeah, I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Dan
I
would
bought
use
one as
the
well,
stuff
so-
he had.
yeah, I bought it, but since we weren't going directly into the jungle, I didn't think to put it on.
Well, it's
That's fair.
you're in the jungle technically, so
Uh.
everybody who didn't put bug staff on, I'll need you to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, great.
boy.
Ah, the mosquitoes.
Saving throws.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Natural one.
Oh no, Wick!
Oh.
7.
Oh,
No, I am too delicious.
Wick, your blood's too sweet.
The misadventures of Bumpkin and Pumpkin begin.
She's still steamed from earlier.
Yes, he smells like roasted pumpkin.
Alright,
Enoch's not doing any better.
To be fair, Enoch is not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, he's prime mosquito real estate, honestly.
yeah, I have to double check on this. Let's see. Where is it? I still have this. God dang it! I should have took this.
While you
Sorry,
ta-
everyone. As I'm trying to look this up.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fine. I can feel Bob laughing at me right now. He had to deal with it with roll with me. Second he finds out about this, he'll be like, "Yeah, it's a real bitch, ain't it?"
All right. Yeah. As Enoch and Wick, you two during the long rest, you both wake up and yeah, you are shaking violently. You feel absolutely terrible.
Oh.
In fact, let's see here. Enoch, I need you to make a con save for me. Another con save real quick. As you begin to feel very nauseous.
Okay. Oh, and because this is happening during a long rest, I can't reset my +1 to Constitution.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this is as you're getting up in the morning. You feel terrible. The fact that as soon as you get up, you retch up over the side of the bear or side of your chair.
Oh! Oh! Why, life? Why?
And Wick, like I said, you're not feeling that good either.
My tummy hurts.
Same.
Are you two okay?
No.
Points at vomit on the floor.
Can I make a medicine check on him?
Sure.
I want to also do that. Like, character.
18.
Never mind.
18, Lise. Yeah, do you recognize this as shivering sickness? It's basically people who have not, have been subject to, like, you know, copious amount of insect bites, or, you know, some creatures might be able to pass this along to them, but, creatures that are affected by this, you know, they get very tired and, you know, they shiver a lot, and it can be contagious, but primarily it's spread by mosquito contact and by sweat. And, by the way, Enoch and Wick, you each have a level of exhaustion.
Oh, boy.
yay.
Ooh.
Where do I mark that on here?
You could add a thing onto there through your, sheets. I could probably do that for you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
With that 18, would I know, like, the best way to, like, treat it? Potentially cure it?
With that check, well, obviously the best way to prevent that is if you have insect repellent on, and sometimes trying to tough it out, and sometimes the body can fight the sickness to make sure that they, are able to pass it. But yeah. Otherwise, anything that can remove poisons or diseases might be able to help with that as well.
Would lesser restoration do it? Didn't mean to press
I'll
it.
allow you a medicine check in order to determine that, Wick.
Okay.
Can I use my 18 for that, or would I have to also roll again?
I'll allow you with that check. And Wick, I'll say the DC is decent enough for you. Yeah, you and no lesser restoration would be able to remove that, and the level of exhaustion. Well, you would still have the level of exhaustion, but you would be able to remove the disease, or cure the disease with lesser restoration.
He's just gonna reach over to Enoch and just give him a little pap. There, friend. And he's gonna cast lesser restoration.
Oh. I assume that I feel better, though tired.
Yeah, you still feel tired, you still feel exhausted, but you definitely stop shivering.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
I guess we all take this as a lesson. The bugs here are nothing to joke with.
Alright.
These are not like the bugs in the garden. These are no ladybugs.
We have passed by a medical tent here, or would they have a medical tent in the fortress?
Well, they kind of look around a little bit, and, they kind of ask around a little bit, and, one of them does mention, oh, well, we do have a druid that kind of operates out of here. Maybe we could ask him. And, as they kind of ask around, let me see if I can grab this info here.
I would kind of make mention to the guard at what we speak to. Here's one of my compatriots. Forgot their bug spray. Seemed to have contracted the shivers.
Oh, yeah, Kawasha, you need it over here. And, you are met with, as you see this Chulton man, and standing right next to him, you see it looks like some very weird-looking small little plant man is next to him as well. As, you see this man. And this thing. Come along, Weed. The man says as he kind of saunters his way up towards you.
There we go. I'm gonna venture a guess that's a chihuahua.
Oh, no. Oh, this is my, companion, Kupalue. He's a veggie pygmy.
Wick is just kind of staring right at him.
Dan is also staring at him, but in awe.
This veggie pygmy just kind of looks up, and, you see him kind of make some hand gestures towards him. And he looks down at him and says, yes. And, he just kind of does a couple of hand gestures. It's like, it's alright, it's alright. Yes, what's the problem?
I don't feel very good.
Oh.
She may have contracted the shivers from the local insects.
Oh, I see. Poor little thing. Alright, and he'll just kind of go and he'll lay his hands on you, and he casts Lesser Restoration on you.
Hey, thank you.
Well, I've seen my fair share of Twingas in my time around here, and I can tell that you certainly don't look like a normal Chewinga.
Halfling.
Well, let's Saga Dance again. Another deception check.
The lie will be.
Will the lie finally crumble?
Deception, where are you? 22.
Nope.
Jesus! Roll 20 is just like, no, we want to keep this going. This is funny as shit.
And the lie stands.
Wick is great at this particular lie.
This is a lie he has lived with for a long time.
In perpetuity.
Wait, so if it's a lie he's lived with a long time, it might actually be true. or he might actually believe that.
You live it or lie it.
Alright. As he looks down at you and says, "Oh, my apologies, friend. Like I said, I didn't think of you as a normal Chewinga, so that just confirms it. But,
We were told that Chewingas don't speak, and clearly he does, so...
of course. Though, should you need a guy to go through the jungles, I suppose I could, if we see a Chewinga, I could be able to point one out for you.
That would be good. We do need a guide.
Well, as he just kinda... let's see... Kawasha. Well, I am a druid, a member of the Emerald Enclave. I seek to rid Chult, my homeland, of the undead menace that threatens to eradicate all life. My Fetchy Pigby companion is well versed in the local flora and fauna. Chult is our home, and we can guide you as no others can. Our fee is 5 gold pieces per day, but that amount is negotiable if you are willing to help us destroy any undead we might encounter. Perhaps together we can receive the blessing of the Chewinga spirits that watch over this sacred land.
Well, that sounds pretty good considering we're on an expedition to get to the bottom of this death curse.
Yes, that blasted death curse. Let me just double check here. Let's see. I suppose if you... Well, let's see what we can do about this right then, if you so wish to hire me. Roll a persuasion. Well, how do you feel about... 3 gold pieces a day?
I look to the rest of the group. I think we can manage that. Can we manage that, guys?
I got money.
That's a little bit better, yes.
I have 5 gold on me at this very moment, and that's it. But I mean, we could definitely play at 3 with our money pooled.
And we might get back that rebate if we handle whatever business it is with that big creature thing.
All right. Yes. Well, I just need to gather my things. Do we have an agreement? As he goes to extend his hand.
I look to the rest. Are we all good?
I see no reason not to.
Yeah.
All right. Enoch shakes his hand.
Very well. Well, all right, Weed. Well, we'll pack our things and we'll set about our way then.
All right. And then I look to the group while they go out to pack their things. We'll also have to talk to Kawasha about the other job. We don't want to get him in trouble. But go ahead.
I was going to bring up, what exactly are we going to do about Shugga? Are we going to try and tell him about the situation and hope that he might be able to help us in some way? I don't know. Deceive that he's gone? That we actually did the job? What is our game plan?
Well, one of the things we could do is first ask Kawasha a bit about Shago, since he was talking about some stuff. And maybe ask him just because, you know, we're actually going to pay him, be like, we're not going with Shago anyway. But is there any reason why Shago wouldn't want to go back to Port Nianzaru? Because there might be some people that want to pay us to...
That is true. He did say that he seemed to have left the village about the same time he started working here and hasn't gone back since.
Yeah, we're not gonna implicate him, but we're just gonna ask, hey, what's his deal? Like, we're actually paying you. Like, you are our go-to guy. Can you just explain some of this so we might understand why people want him dead?
Why a person wants him dead?
Yeah, people.
You know, maybe I'm completely wrong, and this is just pure conjecture, but maybe they had a relationship or something and she's just spiteful. I don't know. I don't have any evidence, but he seems nice enough. So unless he stole something from her or something else, I don't see why she would hate him.
I mean, I don't really know much about the ways of women folk in relationships. Gestures to teenager.
And I've never really... I mean, I had one woman friend, but I was like 8, so I'm not an expert on this either.
Costin, the only female party member.
No, and then there's Zeno who's like, yeah, like I know, like she accidentally cursed me, but I doubt that Sasha would do anything like this either.
I mean, most regular people in relationships don't curse other people, but again, I'm just taking your word for it that she's nice.
Again, like it was a complete accident. I keep having to say that. Like we didn't even know what the spell did. Like we both were interested in it, so it's kind of my fault as well.
I understand accidents happen. Arcana is a tricky subject.
I'll take all you magic folks' word for it. So, okay, well, at least we can, like, you know, let's wait for Kawasha, see about getting our writ, and then we will figure out what we're gonna do about the whole Shago versus other things.
We could ask if he knows her.
That is, well, Wick, the person who, like, he would have to know would be very important, so if he did know her, that might be a red flag.
That might tip him off, I agree.
That or he might just know her as the trade prince.
Yes, but I mean, for him to know her, he probably has a reason if she's trying to get him killed. This whole
Alright.
don't ask questions thing is, I don't know, it sits wrong with me. I get the feeling that this is he scorned her somehow.
I do not think he is that either.
Oh well, we'll see. Let's just wait and see.
Ah, there you are. Kawasha makes his way back to you and says, the commander actually ran into me. He said this was for you. As he holds out a rolled up piece of parchment towards you.
I guess open it up.
This is the Charter of Exploration that you would need in order to get through the jungle.
Alright. Sounds good. So, hey Quash, I got a quick question.
Sure.
So, we met with the other guide here, Shago, the other day. How well you know him?
Oh, Shago? Hard to put him in a dour mood most of the time. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulder. Heart's in the right place. He's proven to be pretty resilient when it comes to being in the jungle.
Now, we got kind of mixed up with some stuff here, so we're just wondering. We heard some people were looking for him back in Port Nyanzar, where we came from. You know any reason why they'd be looking for him? Because it seems kind of weird. He's been gone for a while, according to him.
He thinks about it for a while. Well, I thought he said at one point that maybe his mother had sent him out here, but other than that, I can't think of any reason why, but
Who was his mother?
he never said.
Well then. Okay, I think we're going to be just about ready to get going. We might have to make another quick, brief stop in a day or so over back in Port Nyanzaru, but if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go tidy up some business.
Very well. Well, if you'll need me, oh, I suppose we should make our way out of here. This probably won't be too long before the Flaming Fist decide to do a joust here, so I figured get out of the way. As you begin to move off the side to discuss, you do see there's a few of those horses are being let out, and they're starting to get tacked up.
Horsies.
Yeah. Alright, I'll say, hey Zeno, you want to come with me? And then I'll look to Dan and Elise and be like, you guys want to stay here? I think me and Zeno are just going to go finish up our last little bit business here, and we can figure out what to do from here. How's that sound?
I think that sounds fair.
That sounds good.
I've never seen a joust before.
Great.
Neither have I.
Alright. So I guess that means me and Zeno can go do that, or if you want to do the joust first, whatever, but...
Yeah, let's cut to the joust first. As you see, there's a couple of horses being tacked up. A couple of the Flaming Fist soldiers are getting dressed in, heavier armor, which, that's another thing. Aside from the regalia, they don't really dress that much in heavy armor, but for the sake of the joust, you see it's like they're getting dressed up real well, and each of them are given a lance, and as they begin to line up, crowd begins to gather up and saying, who do you want to pick? Oh, I pick Kendrick to take this round. Oh, I want Jordan to get it this time. And, as the two horses begin to charge at each other, the horse that is down on this end, charging towards the middle, he manages to land a solid hit with the lance, but the lance just grazes off, and the other rider gets jolted in the shoulder a little bit, and the soldiers just kind of jeered him a little bit. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on, let's go. And as they begin to line up and make another pass, that other soldier that took the hit kind of lines up, and he lands a very solid hit on him, and I gotta roll something quick. Hits it with such force, and the lance splinters a little bit, but he isn't quite knocked off yet. And you get a lot more cheers on that one. And then on the third one, the first one that landed a good hit in kind lands an even heavier hit, and he manages to knock that rider off his horse, and he just lands in the mud. And there's a rousing roar as the other knight just kind of goes to saunter up and raises his arm in victory and throws the lance on the ground, and then saunters up to the other guy and just extends his hand and goes to pull him up.
Yay!
Let's hear it first, Sir Idric. And the roar from other men like, yeah! They all cheer for him. Meanwhile,
So yeah, it'd just be me and Zeno heading back to the barracks where Shago's seemingly supposed to be.
Yep. He's there. He's off in the corner. He has a whetstone and he's currently sharpening one of his short swords.
Hey Shago, can we have a word for a second?
Oh, sure. About what?
Scale of 1 to 10, how do you like working out here?
Oh, I really like working out here. In fact, I've been trying to get into a position with the Flaming Fist for a while now.
That's good to hear. I would say, you know what? Why don't you stick with that? Because I'm gonna be completely real with you here. Some folks back in Port Nyanzaru are looking for you, and they'd like to make sure you never make it back to there.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, we caught wind of it, and we're trying to find out why.
Really? Well, this is news to me. I'm not sure who would. Honestly? Puh, he just kind of spits on the ground. I'm not sure if I ever want to go back to Nyanzara at this rate. I'm honestly a lot more happier out here. I'm doing a lot more good.
Well, I mean, we can help you out a little bit with that. So, see, here's the thing. Someone decided that the best way to get you dead was to put your life at stake for another man's life. Some traitor dude who just we happen to have the misfortune to bump into. If we can take
Dead.
back...
And
Yeah.
they're asking for proof of your disposal, as it were. And if we do that, he goes free.
He just kind of shirks and
Trust me, this is
Shrivels up
not
as a
what we
result.
want. This is not what we wanted to tell you. I can tell you that.
so it's either my life or his life.
Not necessarily. Like, if you got something of yours that's, like, personal that we can say, yeah, we took this off it, and you stick around just being a guide out here, you know, don't really maybe publicize the whole Shago thing. You know, maybe take a nickname or something. We can make them think you're dead. You can live. Trader Boy can live. And everyone can be happy.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
Can I roll that? Because like I have a +5 to that.
Well, I would say that Enoch's making the argument, so I'll allow him. If you want to assist, I'll be able to grant him advantage.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Okay, here we go. 18!
Oh, that works!
18.
Thank
Gone
God.
for that advantage.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because I didn't want to say anything while you were talking, because I was like, oh great, he picked the Charisma caster who doesn't have proficiency in Persuasion.
Yes. He thinks about it for a while. Well, he kind of looks around. He's got, oddly enough, compared to how gruff he looks, he's got like a gold chain necklace that he wears around his neck. Perhaps this might be able to help. As he reaches and he unclaps his necklace, and he hands it over to you. Maybe you could use these as proof.
You know what? That sounds fine. I can show it, and maybe if we're lucky, since we'll probably be coming back through here when we go exploring, I can maybe return it to you if they don't keep it. We'll see how it is, but personally, I think this works out best for everybody. This way you're fine, and, well, we get to save some poor bastard's life.
Again, trust us. This is not what we wanted to come and ask you about, especially after finding out you're such a good man.
He nods and he thinks about it and he says, I suppose. It may not be the good I had intended, but I suppose it is good nonetheless.
True. And hey, maybe the
Now,
Chwing will be nice to you after all this.
Perhaps. I suppose. What should I come up with for a nickname? As he just kind of thinks about it for a little bit.
Well, I mean, maybe something to do with that big grin. You got a nice smile. Just throwing out ideas. I'm not the most inventive kid.
Well, I suppose people do like to compare me to the monkey, so smiling monkey.
Yeah, that'll work.
The smiling monkey. Oh.
All right. Well, then
Mhm.
I'll shake his hand and thank him for his help, and then head back.
Safe travels, friend.
Same to
And I
you.
hope to see you again someday.
May everything work out for both parties. Yes.
And he nods and he goes back to sharpening his whetstone. And at this point, for Zeno and Enoch, as you're making your way back to the party, at this point the joust is over, and one of the jousters is holding up the other hand as his backside is currently caked in mud.
Oh, come on. Why can't I try?
You would be difficult to hit.
I could do it. I'm strong.
What's
He
going on
flexes.
now?
I
Kawasha's
wanted,
just...
I wanted
go
to
ahead.
try to ride the horses
Well,
and then push people off with the stick.
the Flaming Fist may not be open to you riding on the horses, but... And he kind of looks you over. I suppose, with how small you are, people may want to see you ride on a dinosaur, actually. Don't you know? They usually have dinosaur races in Port Nyanzaru. And usually the smaller the rider, the better.
Ooh. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Heck, there's quite a gambling thing going on there. People betting on dinosaurs, people riding on dinosaurs. Sometimes there's a lot of money to be made off of that.
All right. That's good to know. Also, guys, we're back. We solved the whole misunderstanding, so good news, yay!
Well,
No
I feel
no
a little
murder?
farmer.
No murder. In fact, well, no murder, but
Let's not throw around the M word.
As
Oh, right,
as
secrets.
Kawasha tilts his head at you.
Don't worry, we
And-
did not murder.
Murder?
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
No murder. There is a very important difference.
Good. The only type of murder I want to see is the re-murder of the undead.
Yeah, what? Okay, so we gotta make a brief stopover in Port Nyanzaru, so if we can get back there, sell this business, we can get into the jungle and start looking for some obelisks. Which, hey, if you know where any obelisks are, that would help us figure out, possibly get to the bottom of this death curse.
Well, probably the best bet for anything quite that dangerous is probably in any spot where there's undead, so we can try and make our way and see if we can find it.
I'm
All right.
sorry to interrupt, but I just can't get this thought out of my head now. Can you truly murder that which is undead? That which has no life?
We can try.
I mean, it's just the wording of it, really. Murder implies it was living. Is undead living? I don't know. It's weird.
I'm a
Semantics aside. As Kawasha just kind of chimes in.
Okay, well, I guess we'll head back towards... Well, first of all, Enoch is going to cover himself in, like, his bug gourd,
Yep.
marked off a use, and say, we should probably head back to the port, see if we can get a ride.
Yeah, I'll do that too as well.
Same.
All right.
I'm not taking any fucking chances.
Yeah, that's a level 2 spell slot. We're not wasting those at level 3.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Oh,
So...
two spell slots. What's that?
Oop. Let's see. Go ahead and drag you guys up to there. Yep, you make your way back over to. After a few hours of walking through the jungle, over here, you are brought back to the port. As you are kind of waiting a little bit, at this point you notice that the Brazen Unicorn is currently a little further into the bay. But upon seeing you guys all show up, they make their way back around and they go back to the dock. Welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah, we got our business done real quick, though. We'll probably need another ferry back, or Actually, no. We just need a ferry back to Port Nyanzaru. That's all the same to you.
Ah, very well. We should be able to make it back there before dusk at this rate. 10 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Can we afford that? I can't afford myself. I've got exactly 5.
I have
I
money.
can cover it if you pay me back later.
Alright.
All right, then sounds like we're good enough to get back, so I'll mark off another 10 gold.
All right. As you pay your dues and make your way back onto the boat and begin to set sail around back towards Port Nyanzaru, that is where we'll end our session for tonight.
Hey.
Yeah.
One mission down of the millions that we somehow picked up during this session.
Woo! Down. And no one had to die.
Hooray.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah, we've still
Yes,
managed to go.
and yet.
We've gone 2 sessions and still not had any combat. But wow, the anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In fact, I think
I'm
we've only
so-
cast a single spell between each session.
I think, Vaughn, if I didn't give you that fucking advantage, holy shit, that would have been so much worse.
Oh yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
so hoping you would say that. I was like, please
I was
cover
like,
our bets.
I have 5 persuasion advantage to this.
I know we have you talking more.
Because every time I try to talk, someone talks in front of me.
Oh.
I'm
Alright.
trying here.
All right. So, I suppose introductions are in order.
Why, sure. Let's start with Zombie.
Hi, I'm Chocolate Zombie 101. You can find me on Twitter at ChocoZombie101. And you can find me in your happy neighborhood Twitch chat at Chocolate Zombie 101.
Alrighty, next up, DeLuna.
Everybody, it's Dilo 13. I am on Twitter at DLuna1338 or here on Twitch and YouTube at Dilo 13. No plans on streaming as of right now, but might be working on something for YouTube soon. I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Alrighty, Draco, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. You can find me at DMagnius on on Twitter. I'm Draco Magnius on Twitch. I very occasionally stream on there. Maybe at some point this week, possibly tomorrow if I can get around to it. I'm also on YouTube, also as Draco Magnius. I post my Let's Play videos there, mostly RPGs. During October, I do horror.
Ooh, sounds fun. Caitlin.
Hello, I'm CaitlinC37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at CaitlinC37, where I do art. Commissions are closed right now, but if you stick around, I'll be updating probably to commissions open in like a couple days. So yeah, if you want some D&D characters done, let me know.
Duly noted.
Looks at making homebrew. Yes, duly noted. Alright, Milla, what you got on the docket?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at MillenNinjaNerd. You can also find me on twitch.tv/MillenNinja, where I occasionally stream. And normally you can find me on twitch.tv/LetJakePlay Trials of Eidos. Well, while Jakels is getting set up to move, we're going to be going on a maybe slight hiatus. I'm not sure which picture you're referring to, Cryptic, but... Anyway, at some point we'll get back to on that, but aside from that, not much else going on my end. And last but certainly not least, our very glorious host, Burnout Vaughn.
Hi. You can probably find me later this week streaming War Code Vein, either Thursday or Friday. Not really sure. All depends on when work lets me have some time. But other than that, you can also keep a lookout for when I finally finish up my homebrew project that I'm working on, which is Finrook's Anthology of Anomalous Archetypes. We're currently up to 45 subclasses after I finished the Circle of Seasons Druid last night. You want to have the power of Spring, where you get to heal people extra good, even for a Druid, or possibly the power to summon a zombie and skeleton horde with the Season of Fall. I know it hooks people. But yeah, keep an eye out for that as well. And other than that, I think it's now time for us to find somebody to raid.
Before we do
Yes.
that, I do want to plug one more thing.
Oh, go right ahead.
This Sunday, as many of us are part of a wonderful community called Multiverse Nexus Wrestling, this Sunday on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco is Breakdown 7, our Halloween pay-per-view for Friday Night Flashbang. So if you're into wrestling, go ahead and give us a look over there.
Nice.
Yes.
Let's see who we've got live. I've got Tiki the Troll, Caliban, Sour Slimes, Tabby.
I got Squatch with only one viewer.
Yeah, I was looking
My
at that
friend,
too.
X Radio Official is streaming Raft. He's got 4 people right now.
I got Coordinator also with 3 people.
I kind of want to give the thing to Squatch, because Squatch has always been real nice to raid, even when, like, we overlap, so I feel like sharing the love back to them.
And I think our raid message, courtesy of our quote for the night, Wick, Hail Hydrate!
Hail Hydrate.
Sounds
Hail
perfect.
Hail Hydrate!
I missed that, but
I do too.
Yeah. Alright, everybody. Get the Dutes out and Hail Hydrate to play the song of the Wet Skeletons. Want to thank you all for coming out and look forward to next Tuesday's session when we will hopefully get to the end of this random murder train. You guys all have a lovely evening.
Murder never stopped.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Right.